headphones. Can I bring them next time?
Yeah.
Is there enough?
Yeah. Well, actually, not right now. I have the box, so that's not a problem. But we're recording, so just so y'all know.
I didn't know we were recording.
Well,
That's
we
how
just started
Dante
recording.
usually
As
does
you
it.
said, I have headphones. I was like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. All right, so we're back in this bitch.
We used to start it with the super awkward question.
Oh no, it's going. Hey, what does woke mean to you?
It means I want to be friends with you. It's like,
See where that's going.
I mean, you're aware of the current situations and politics and situations, and there's a such thing as being too woke.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Right.
I think of the words slacktivism when I think of.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
It's like an activist, but they don't do anything about it. So they just talk about it on social media about an issue and pretend they care about an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Is generally what I think woke is. They don't do anything at all.
I got a film.
Are you woke?
Brett's not going to be invited back to this show. Am I? Hey, yo, bro, you woke? Nah. You are correct. The actual definition of what woke is. Yeah. I was talking to a friend earlier this week, and we were talking about something, and he mentioned something had got all woke, and I really hate hearing that term now because the way that people use the term, it's to try to downgrade or degrade something. To say, oh, you're part of that woke culture now. When in reality, it was a term that was kind of, like, something funky's going on. I was like, hey, yo, stay woke. Or, you woke to this? Shit like that. But now cats are like, oh my God, this whole woke culture and this woke ideology. It's like, so you don't want us to be aware of shit? Because that's what it's supposed to be. Like,
I remember when woke was kind of becoming a big thing, people talking about Bobby Lee did the opposite, and he calls himself the Slept King because he doesn't know anything about anything. I feel like that's the way to go. Yeah, this is harsh, but there's some positives we'll get to.
Ain't no fucking positive.
The taste isn't positive.
No, not at all. You already know where my score is going with this. I'm gonna power through it because I poured it.
We're champions too. This is one of those beers
I'm
like
not
no, but it's like a trophy almost.
I don't want to go that far.
It's like doing hot ones.
And
like we're beating the challenge. If we finish our glasses, that's an accomplishment. And by the way, we're not even probably going to touch the rest. I might sip.
I'm not touching the rest.
This might be like a, like when sake, the way certain people drink sake socially is you just pour a little bit in a glass, you share it, kind of. You just do not a full shot, but it's like probably a half shot and take turns. That's how I think you gotta drink this.
Whatever you say, Chief. What you gonna say, Brett?
I was gonna say, I think woke is generally a good thing. I just kind of think the younger generation went too far with it for the most part, and that's what's kind of almost changed the definition of it now.
So what you were saying earlier, though, I get what you're saying because I've seen cats that are like.
That's what I think when I hear it.
Like they make it seem like they're.
Well, it's become a negative thing now.
Yeah.
So I think it's become a negative thing because of older generations trying to chop it down, or let me rephrase that. Not older generations, but how do I say this without sounding like a horrible human?
People that lean a certain way.
Yeah. If you're like kind of dominant, to one hand, most people are dominant this hand, that side. But the thing is, there are individuals that carry that kind of like they want to wear that shield, like I'm woke, or I'm here for injustice and I'm gonna stand up for it. And it's like I used the example before. If like you and I are in a room, and I've never heard you utter the N-word, but if for whatever reason you and I are in a room and there's 13, suburban housewives in this room, and then there's you and I, and you come up, you say, "What's up, N-word?" And I hug you like, "Yo, son, what's up?" And then they would get all upset and start defending me and like attacking you. And I'm like, yo, son, chill.
They would be offended for you.
Exactly. It's like people get offended for someone else who maybe like, I don't really, I'm not bothered.
Yep.
I mean, just for the record, I wouldn't be bothered, but don't do it.
It's
Like,
funny
don't
is like I'm very good at editing myself on songs, but I do remember like early on when I was getting into hip hop of like that one Naughty by Nature CD with so here we go now, blah blah. It was so much N word. I was like, yo, I can't even sing along, and because you don't hear it on the radio version.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, because I was kind of like, I can't even sing anything.
It's like, may as well throw this fucking one
Nah,
out.
but it was a little bit of a like there's a level of it of like a few here and there. That's all right, but that there were some songs on there. It was like every sentence. It's like, I gotta, if I was to sing along, I gotta say like 3 words and edit myself every time.
There was something I used on Instagram recently. Well, I didn't use it. I was going to, but when I went to use a small clip, it was every other word. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to use this. Like, not that I don't think anyone would say anything, but I was just like, it's probably just not a good look. So I steered away. I made good choices, I think. But yeah, like, we're in a goofy place. But I just hate hearing that word now. Whenever I hear people say it, like, well, more so when they say, well, so and so went all woke. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, I like the way that Bill Burr kind of addressed it in one of the stand-ups.
Oh yeah.
It was like the way he addressed it. I was like, that's exactly right, I think. So good for him. I guess we don't really do intros anymore, but we got Brett here with us, so welcome back. I think was it last week that he was on? It was the bonus.
Was it the bonus one?
The bonus episode.
That
All right.
Friday night one.
Yeah, he was part of your team with the accident.
Oh,
The great
yeah.
Is it
accident.
Thanksgiving weekend?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Black
son.
Friday.
Black Friday.
I'm gonna get us some trophies,
Oh,
son.
yeah, our beer
Championship,
pong.
son.
Yeah.
Championship, son. What's up?
That's
The
right.
accident.
It's like, you sound like somebody mad. You sound like Ohio State right now.
I'm just saying that's what it's called. If
You
we had a
accident your way
highlight-
into the playoffs.
ESPN's going to review this and be like, the accident of 2022.
But, on the top plays, number 1, bitch.
1 and 2.
He bounced it
Yeah.
off the.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know which one was one.
Doesn't
You
matter.
hit the game winner, but you also had the.
The one that got 2 cups.
The game
that
winner
bounced
was
off 2
real
of.
wild because that shit just hit like a hard thud. It just dropped. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
that one you got the 2 because it bounced off 2 cans, then off the table, so you got the bonus, and then
Efficiency.
into the cup, and it was behind the back.
I'm here
2
for
cups, 1 shot.
Oh, I don't know if Brett knows about that.
I remember that. I was in
I
high
unfortunately
school.
remember that.
I never saw it. I refuse to see
I
did
wish
middle
I
school.
didn't see
It was
it.
terrible.
All right, y'all talk amongst yourselves. I gotta text myself something. Y'all are fucking lame.
Brett, you're missing out when you don't drink when this. This
Oh,
might be
no,
the
you're
most
not.
gasoline tasting.
No,
beer.
you're not missing out. No.
But I was aware of how strong it is, so I didn't bring. We have a great second beer though to complement this by being completely opposite.
Okay. All right,
So,
well, I'm in for
You
it.
want to just review this one? Can you think you can crush it? I actually
Can
filled
I
mine.
crush this?
Well, the ice cube is big, so it's.
I'm not worried about the ice cube. I'm worried about the actual fucking drink.
Well, let me tell you about it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna
So it's
try
called
to get
effing
through it.
awesome.
It's not.
The taste is effing awful.
Yeah.
But, and when I picked this, I swear to God, I didn't notice this. And Bea heard me say, "Oh, Dante's gonna like this part," and she thought I meant the cover because I didn't even notice the cover. But we got a big side boob and a chick smoking a cigar.
Well, I'm not into chicks smoking cigars, but
Yeah,
side
that's
boob,
wrong.
I'm all
But
into
the side
side
boob's
boob.
kind of nice.
Side boob is great.
She's wearing a mask.
Even better.
Yeah.
This keeps getting better.
But then, yeah, the key thing is this is a 16% beer. So heavy hitter for sure. We've probably done 1 or 2 higher. What was the one we did? It was 30 something. Or
Yeah, it was
29.
28.
The 28, the flying
28,
dog.
yeah.
That one was
The hell was
pretty
that?
rough tasting.
There's no
But
way
for
that
how
tastes
strong
good.
it was, oh no, you're not drinking it for taste.
No.
Yeah. Oh my god, that I just chugged that.
So yeah, this is obviously an imperial lager. By the way, it's from Brza, Lithuania.
It's not even a real place.
Probably not.
Dr. Doom runs that place.
I mean, basically anyone who's buying this, it's because of the 16%. The color is almost even gasoline-ish.
Yeah,
It's like
I mean-
an orange, deep orange. It reminds me of, what's one of those orange malt 40s? Like Steel Reserve
Yeah, I was
type
about to say
color.
Steel Reserve.
That's not, like, it doesn't look good in the glass. Like this.
It doesn't look
looks-
good at all.
Yeah. We had to drink it with ice because I read if you don't drink this as cold as you can, it's even worse. But yeah, it's almost like a. I do get a little bit of a good feeling from it though. It's like a I mean, it's like a tequila shot. It doesn't taste good.
Well, yeah, that's true. But those are like shots. I can like crush them down quick and don't got to think about it. I'm getting to where I need to be. This, like, if I'm drinking this, I'm already mad at people. This is the kind of shit that makes me want to fight.
It
And
tastes like
not
the
because I'm drunk.
strongest malt liquor I've ever had. Like,
It
it's
tastes like
that kind
horrible.
of taste.
It tastes like bad.
It reminds me of Steel Reserve as the closest comparison,
I
which is
can
not a
agree with
great
that.
taste.
Yeah, let's go ahead and rate this son bitch real quick. Let's get out the way.
All right, so keep in mind the side boob and the 16%.
Yeah, the side boob is a big plus. All right.
And it's from Lithuania.
So that 16% helps, but it's not helping enough.
I feel like it's a funsies one. It's like almost like doing the hot ones challenge.
So it's it's the kind of beer for me that, yeah, it's a funsy one. It's like, it's that day where you're just like, you want to drink it? You know I'm going to say no, but you know I'm going to drink it because mama ain't raised no bitch because mama ain't raised me.
I did say no more, and then I poured a little bit more. So
Of course. I'm going to give this a 6-7, actually. And
yeah, I mean it's the what do you call it? What's the factor? The novelty novelty factor of it
yeah.
is high.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just the thing. It's like, this isn't some shit I'm drinking twice a year. Like,
Yeah, this is the party, so obviously not a 7. Taste go 6.5. So we can make it a 6.6, which seems kind of because it should be 6.66.
yeah. I mean, that side boob is what got it the extra point for me.
Yeah, I mean, even seeing her, you know, they're marketing this as like, yo, this is some crazy shit. Effing awesome. And it's naturally fermented, whatever that means. Yo, and by the way, I couldn't find anything about the taste of this beer.
Because there's
nothing to say. Yeah,
There's
there's like
nothing.
alcohol.
Yeah, it's like
Someone
Everclear.
made beer by accident. It was like, it's 16%. Let's drink it.
And it sounds like something. And he's pouring more. That's the
Just a little
crazy
more.
thing. He's like, just a little more. Like,
Because
why
it's so
not?
early.
Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump to some NFL real quick.
All right. Yo, your team's getting a little closer. We'll
Like,
start with them.
4 out of 5, son.
What's your record now?
5 and 7.
5 and 7.
I don't
Yeah.
fucking know. There's no 4 out of 5.
You're a game behind, or I mean, I think you're behind us now in the standings because you jumped over Atlanta. Atlanta lost today.
Yeah, but we're still 2
2 games.
games back.
2.5.
Yeah. So I turned the game off, like going into the 4th. I just didn't feel well earlier, and then I wake up to my daughter just talking nonsense. I don't even know what the fuck she was talking about, but she was talking about things. So then I'm looking at my fantasy team, like, all right, my receivers are doing well somehow. I don't know why. And then I was like, let me check the Washington game, and I saw 2020. Clear as day. Fucking tie, son. The fuck.
Yeah.
We had our chances to win, but we were lucky.
Yeah, we started off.
lucky not to lose.
Well, yeah.
It's better than a loss.
Yeah.
I'll stick with Detroit real quick because we like to do that. We'll like start one thing and then finish another. Then we're that. I think the other week we started talking about football and then we never came back.
That's what we do.
But yeah, so Detroit's 2 games back of Seattle, and that's who has the spot now. They jumped ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, but I mean, y'all are hot right now and dropping. When everyone's in on offense, you score 30 points every
Yeah,
time.
and what's his name? He was activated today. I don't think he played,
Williams.
but yeah, like,
Yeah, I want to see him play because that dude's speed's supposed to be absolutely ridiculous.
yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. It's like
St. Brown went off again. That
Chark
dude's a
actually
beast.
showed up with
Yeah,
98
yeah, I
yards.
feel like he didn't play for a while.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Because he did real good in the first week. He looked good. And
Then he was hurt.
yeah, I mean, he probably had one of the better quarterback games today.
He threw over 3.
Yeah, he was at over 2 at halftime. So
Jesus.
that was with him laying up second half. And then your defense is playing significantly better.
Yep.
Well, so I don't know. I still keep thinking of Detroit's going to be beast soon.
So I don't know if you
I
saw
don't even
that.
know if you don't even have to force the quarterback yet.
No, so we were talking about that at Thanksgiving. My uncle and I. He was saying, he was like, yeah, they're fine with. He was like, he thinks they're fine with golf, and I don't think they're not fine with golf. I just think also, you got to think how
Yeah.
long, how long before midnight strikes, and he turns to a pumpkin. So it's like, do you want to be prepared or do you want to be
Yeah,
sitting on a
I mean,
backup?
basically, you don't have to force a pick though. 'Cause
Yeah.
you see how many quarterbacks now are looking like busts. As now we got a few more to add to the list with Zach.
I mean,
I think he'll move on from the Jets now for sure.
I think also one of the things we were talking about with Detroit that, at least in the Thanksgiving game, is the secondary. I mean, defense, the line is fine, linebackers are decent. The secondary, I think, has talent. I just,
Yeah, it's their defense that can improve a lot.
yeah. I mean, I don't think their line is perfect. They can
No.
always use
Well, then you get
linemen.
another pass rusher
Oh,
to
if we
go
get another
with.
edge. Oh,
Yeah. With,
oh,
you guys nailed that pick. I mean, he's who I hope when Chase comes back plays
Dude.
somewhat like him.
I remember we were watching the draft last year. It was bedtime for the kid, and she's hip to what's going on. She sees the Honolulu Blue. She knows it's Detroit time, and the draft is on. So Jacksonville had that first pick, and I was just like, please do not take him. Don't take him. As soon as they took whoever the fuck they took, I jumped up and cheered. And then of course Sophie jumps up, starts cheering with me. I was like, you don't know what you're cheering
Who
fucking
the
for.
heck did they pick?
I don't know. It was a lineman.
It was a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
It was a Walker.
Okay. Yeah.
Out of Georgia.
And I wouldn't have been mad if Detroit got him, but I wanted Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, Hutchinson makes plays though.
Because I mean he
Causes
played at
turnovers.
Michigan, number one,
Yeah.
and number two, yeah, he's active. He moves. He's everywhere. I mean, this dude's got what, 2 interceptions?
Yeah, that's wild.
Like as a lineman, like okay, cool, but I think, and that's the thing. I don't want to like, because the culture and the front office and everything still doesn't seem like it's where I would like it as a fan to be. Like, we'll see what the offseason looks like. But, I mean, right now, Coach Campbell has them playing. I mean, he's a likable guy. He's the kind of guy you want to win for. I
Yeah,
think
a few weeks ago, he looked like he was done.
like he's the kind of coach. Like the last time Detroit had a coach that they wanted to win for was Wayne Fonts back in the '90s. After that, it was like every coach that came through, they're just another fucking guy. Whether it be Bobby Ross, who took the Chargers to a Super Bowl, or Mariucci, who took the Niners to a Super Bowl. It's like they didn't give a fuck. It was like, but I don't think it was just the players. I just think the culture was piss poor. So I am optimistic. I hope they keep moving. I don't know if you saw the story I put up the other day. Out of all the teams in the NFL who've made the playoffs since the Super Bowl era, Detroit is the only team with 1 playoff win. Houston has fucking 4. Detroit has 1. It was against the Cowboys.
Oh, there you go. At least make it count.
Yeah, at least it mattered, and it put them in an NFC Championship game. So, and then I moved here and I had to see all the fucking burgundy and gold after fucking Washington fucking butt fucked my team in the playoffs.
And that shit turned to purple. All right. So, yeah. Biggest win of the day was Lions 40-14. Whipped that ass. After the Jacksonville just beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Some significant games.
Kansas City.
Washington Giants was a tie, so that's wild. As Washington's playing them back to back. I believe they're both playing back to back, and they're both had the same bye week. Sometimes that doesn't add up, but we have the bye week, then we play them again. So, I mean, this was at their stadium, so if we got the tie there and we win at home, I was hoping to win both of them.
I almost ended up getting us tickets to the Giants game instead, but I was like, those might be a little bit more expensive. I don't think they were, though, but
Oh yeah, even
That
the
was
game we
also-
went, and there was stuff written about that game too, about how loud the crowd was. But there was plenty of empty seats.
It was a rain game. But also, in my mind, too, I was thinking about weather. It was like, okay, we're getting deeper into this. Like, we're going into December. I'm not trying to sit out.
Yeah,
in the
as we
fucking
mentioned,
cold.
we need some freaking domes on the East Coast.
And it's always good to get some dome. But,
Ravens pull off a big win over the Broncos. They didn't take the lead till 30 seconds left in the game.
I wouldn't go so far as to say it was a
But
big
then
win.
Lamar got knocked out, so I don't know how long he's going to be. I thought I heard someone could be weeks.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Harbaugh said days to weeks.
So
That's not very.
Yeah,
no,
for
fantasy
hoping
football
back the
wise,
season.
that's my quarterback in every league. So I got a fresh 1 point in the games that matter most when you're tied for first place.
At least you had a quarterback to call quarterback. I've been fucking juggling Russell Wilson,
Well, now I don't have one.
the
Beer
fucking
Club
kid
league.
from Jacksonville, Aaron Rodgers, and anyone else I can fucking pick up. I'm just hoping someone can throw a touchdown.
Yeah, now I'm gonna be towards the end of waivers and hope someone's there because Jimmy G's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Although that's who Bea had to pick up because she needed a quarterback. He got her 2 points, and she was like,
She could have picked up Aaron Rodgers.
this sucks to get 2. And I was like, well, that's double mine. But yeah, the whole way the game started, he got knocked out, and then I had Trey Burks on every single team as well. He got a touchdown and a concussion at the same time. That dude's a beast, though. For the games he's played, he's got a touchdown almost every time.
Yeah.
But he seems injury prone.
No, I mean, concussions, I don't think is necessarily an injury prone thing. I think you get hit in the head. I mean, that shit hurts.
Probably the 2 biggest games, Dolphins, 49ers. 49ers whipped that ass with a backup quarterback. Started off nice for Miami. Tua's first pass was like a 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we in this. And then they're like, no, we're not. I mean, it wasn't like, it was.
The score ended up being bad, but I don't know why Miami just didn't run the ball at all. And they run the ball pretty well. And they have the 2 running backs versus San Francisco. That
That's
probably
probably
wanted
why they didn't
revenge.
run it. They're like, don't.
I
don't
think
do
they
it.
would have
They're gonna try
wanted,
to hurt
I mean, Wilson got 1 carry. It's wild.
I don't know, man.
Mostert got 7.
What was the final score of that game?
33-17. With, what's his name? I know it's Purdy. What's his first name? Yeah, Brock. That's right.
Mr. Relevant.
Brock Purdy.
Awesome.
He looks
Statement
like he
game
looks
for
like
San
an
Fran.
ass.
That's a big
He
win.
looks like the kind of guy that's like a creative player from a video
Yeah.
game. That's the generic face.
He kind of looks like he's the type that will tell you how you should do everything.
Oh, he's gonna mansplain it to you.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy that show me that picture again. He definitely looks like he would steal money from a welfare fund. Like I'm not fucking with you. That he has that look. He's like, I know I got all the money, but I want the money from the poors.
The other big game was Bengals Chiefs, and Bengals pulled off the win. They were up big, lost the lead, came back and won. It's 27-24.
Yeah.
Burrow played good. He got all his weapons back besides Mixon out again.
He's undefeated against Mahomes. Good for him. I hope he sees him in the playoffs and beat him again. I'm sick of Kansas City winning because all of a sudden they got fans. They didn't have fans before. Now they got fans. Fuck y'all. Only know 2 Kansas City fans. And they was
And-
always cool about it.
I
Now,
know you-
now everybody want to be fans, bitches.
Last game worth mentioning, Raiders beat the Chargers 27-20.
Oh, shout out Raiders.
And,
Raiders. Look at y'all.
Yeah, so, I mean, Devontae Adams, he's got to be number 1 receiver, I think, now,
And what?
for fantasy points.
I was
He's had
just
several monster games. Like,
I
this is definitely going to be his best stat year.
It might have put him up there. I know he's in the top 3. Cause
So he's at 999 for the year and 10 touchdowns.
Kelsey did lead the league in touchdowns going in this game, but Devontae had some monster games.
Yeah, Devontae.
you gotta speak up, man. I mean, I can.
Yo, look at Devontae's last games. 146, 2 touchdowns. 126, 1 touchdown. 141, 2 touchdowns. 177, 2 touchdowns. God
Yeah.
damn.
and
he's
the
tearing
Raiders
it up.
still suck.
Yeah, and they still
But-
suck. Those
Yeah,
garbage
I mean, if
time
he wanted,
yards.
everyone's like, he should have stayed with Rodgers. For his personal stats, he is doing better with Carr. But
Yeah.
the team record is not working out.
Well,
But they won today.
Both teams aren't looking
Yeah.
fantastic, to be honest.
Yeah, I might take the Raiders over the Packers at this point.
I would. It feels like the culture in Green Bay would be a little toxic because Aaron Rodgers seems like the kind of guy who
Well, he did. That came out. This
is kind of a cunt.
basically dissed the offense on the Pat McAfee show. He's kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know. He liked the West Coast offense. He's like, things are timing and it's built on rhythm. And now we do this motion offense that is too intricate. And basically, he basically was like, it doesn't work.
I mean, it's also
It sounds like it needs to have the right people to work. And they
you
don't
need
have
the right people, but you also need
It also sounds like he doesn't like it.
you also need to be able to. You got to have the guys like kind of used to it. It sounds like these players haven't played in it enough. So
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the best of receivers for sure.
I don't know. I mean, the one dude's been doing great
But
for me the
oh yeah,
last.
that one
Yeah, I
dude.
last
picked him
3
up
weeks.
and he has me rolling.
That's the only reason I won last week by 1 point, like an exact 1 point.
I
Not
think I'll win
not percentages. 1.
in the beer club league, despite my 1 point from Lamar, because St. John
Yeah,
and
you
I had
should
Devontae
win.
Adams. That right there was like 100 points almost.
Yeah, you should, like I was looking at it earlier. I was like, you should be fine.
But yeah, my league, I don't think I have. I mean, unless Pollard has a freaking one. Well, he did have one game where he had like 3 touchdowns. I think he had almost 100 rushing and receiving.
Yeah, Pollard. What are we
But
talking
Zeke
about?
gets the touchdowns more than him.
Fuck that guy. So yeah. So yeah, the college football playoffs have been set. So Michigan played Purdue yesterday. So I said last week, TCU was playing Kansas State, and I was like, that's a losable game for them, and they lost. And I said that USC was playing. I didn't remember who it was, but it was Utah, and I was like, that's a losable game as well, and they lost. And man, it felt good to be right. And the weird thing about it is you would see the top 4 that were in, but then number 5 and 6 was Ohio State and Alabama. And my worry was that they're going to try to sneak Alabama back in there and try to get 2 SEC teams in there. They ended up keeping TCU at number 3 after their loss, and then moving Ohio State up to number 4. So the playoffs going to be Ohio State versus Georgia on New Year's Eve, and then Michigan versus TCU on New Year's Eve, which I wouldn't have been mad if it was Georgia versus Alabama, and then Michigan, Ohio State, both rematches. I would have been fine with that, and both
That'd have been fun.
2 Big Ten and 2 SEC teams in there, just like fuck everybody else. But whatever. But yeah, Michigan's playing TCU, and TCU hasn't necessarily looked great lately, but it's like those teams in Texas, man, you can't fucking sleep on them. Like, so I'm excited about it though. I gotta work that day, but ain't nobody gonna fucking come in to fucking bother me. So I'm just gonna have my fucking laptop turned on, watching the fucking game. Fuck everybody. If somebody does call me, I'm like, dude, why are you calling? I just had a question, bitch. It's New Year's Eve.
You see, Primetime got a new job.
Yeah, I saw that. Good
Colorado?
For him. Good for him.
Colorado or Colorado State?
Colorado.
Colorado.
Although I'm gonna be honest, I've
Yo,
never
that dude's
been-
record is ridiculous.
Yeah, like I've never been a fan of him.
So I think
just
he won
at all.
two titles with that
As a-
in that whatever division that is.
As like just I don't like him, but I do want to see. I like seeing success. He went 12-0 this year. I think he went 10-2 last year.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So-
His overall record's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then he's going to Colorado, and it's
That's
like,
going to be a tough one.
I think so. That the conference though is kind of. I think he can go in there and make some noise. He may not go in there and go undefeated, but he's going to go in there and make
He's
some
drawing
trouble.
some better recruits for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
This, by the way, what a difference compared to the last beer taste.
I still got a little bit of that residue.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. But I don't know. Get a good taste of this one. It's like you got to get past the initial because I think you're going to taste a little bit of the last beer. But then it's like, ooh,
It's like tap dancing on my tongue. It's all right. It's not hateful.
it's got a really good aftertaste.
It's got a weird aftertaste.
Well, I think it's because of that.
No. I taste that. Tastes like
Sugar
cereal.
cookie. I like this one though.
I'm not mad at it. I couldn't drink it a bunch because it's a little sweet.
And it's not hateful either. What you would
Nah.
think this type of beer like percentage wise.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we got a Best Buy date. I was really looking for one on this. But I think they wanted the age. I was like, this might be 10 years old. I don't know.
So I text you about it, but I'm back on the payroll. Instagram paying me again, so I'm excited. Which means I can continue to pretend I'm buying equipment when I'm not. I'm just buying OnlyFans subscriptions.
I just saw some meme of this person. I guess I mean it could have been fake, those memes. But he was basically like implying he does OnlyFans with his feet. And he's like, "Why would you do that?" And then they showed him his bank account. It's like, "Oh,
People like weird shit, dude. I don't. I don't. I didn't know there was a market for men's feet.
but maybe he's not telling him the men feet.
Oh,
Maybe he's got them all. Like that's wild too. If you're a man and you're paying for someone's OnlyFans feet, and then it's a man you've been looking at the whole time.
Oh man, that's why like foot fetishes are wild to me. It's like I just like titties because it's like at least I know where they are.
See, I think what the internet has ruined the boob game. They're not as they're overexposed.
Not, I guess, not for me.
No, but
I
I
still
think
love me
that's
some
why there's
titties.
all these. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying I
Like,
think that's what it is. They're just everywhere.
and
Like
I'm
when
happy
we were a
about
kid,
that
it was not an everyday
because
thing.
we didn't have the internet. Though.
I know.
I mean, back then we had to like.
That's why I think things are getting freakier.
There's I have to. I might post it on Colompton. One of my teammates sent me this video. And it's pretty funny. Someone's doing like it's a kid doing a school project, and he's talking about like most kids want to be a doctor, and it's a picture of a doctor, but it's clearly from a porn. And then he's talking about like I want to be a delivery guy. And so I was like, hey, there's a hole in the pizza box. I was like, man.
One of the best memes is that plumber dude they're making it like a porn type situation, but he's just not getting it. Like the girl's coming on, it's so funny. He's just completely clueless. She's like, "I want you to fix my pipes when you're done." He's like, "Why? What's wrong with your pipes?" She says something like, "I'll fix your pipes," and he's like, "No thanks. I can fix my own pipes."
There's this one.
Why
chick.
could you fix mine?
Is she on? I think she's on TikTok. And that's the thing with the internet. I mean, it's obviously someone's telling a fake story, but it's that thing where it's like people, like I don't know if you remember the Bang Bus. I think it's Bang Bus.
I know of it.
Like we worked with an individual who was convinced that shit was real. When I told them it was not, they were like, "What?" I was like, I was just like looking at them like dumbfounded, like
Yeah, it's like those
People are morons.
those audition videos. Those are
Yeah. like
You know how much trouble that person would be in?
yeah. It's like you mean to tell me you think some chick is hitchhiking? She gets into a van with a bunch of dudes with a camera. They fuck her, film it, and then drop her off far from her destination, and they're not going to jail? Come on, dude. Really?
And then you see it in a different movie.
Yeah, it's like, come on now. Like, but people are like,
Not the internet. I mean, all that stuff, like the influencer stuff, people forget that they're paid by advertisers.
Yeah.
They're given scripts. Like, it's not a real thing at all. You see, I guess, somewhat big news. It was super obvious to anyone. It was caught the Deliver King is using steroids. Like, no shit.
Yeah.
But it's
What?
like, the next one is just like the one I still can't believe people don't, as The Rock. Like, the dude is 50 some years old.
it's not the match. Like, I mean, if this, like,
Oh, and Connor right now. Connor's
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
jacked. Like, that is steroids. You can't get that big in a year. No, you can't. It's just not naturally possible.
so I put up a post on BJJ Wiki the other day. And it was talk about working out and getting, just the best results. And everyone in the comments talking about, yeah, if you take a whole bunch of steroids, all the athletes are on steroids, da, da, da. And the thing is, it's like, yeah, a lot of them are. But this is telling you how to take care of yourself.
And you can almost tell when you have an abnormal amount of muscle mass with very low body fat, that's steroids. Those powerlifter guys are kind of
Yeah.
fat. Like, that's probably natural
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's unnatural to be that much fat to muscle percentage.
Well, the thing too that I think about too is when everybody's like jumping in and making all these comments, like, well, you're a grappler, you work out, are you on steroids? Oh, silence? Because whenever I ask anybody for their opinion on social media, nobody wants to answer. But if I post something and I'm not really looking for anyone's opinion, everybody's in the fucking comments wanting to fucking give their 2 cents on some shit that nobody asked them about. You know, it's like, that's why I turn the comments off on some things. It's like, yeah, I didn't ask your opinion.
Yeah, almost all
Bitch.
those advice channels of a men's workout, they're all using steroids.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, or like the women, channels where they're talking about like losing weight, and I use this magic potion.
yeah, and
It's like-
diet's the only thing that, I mean, I can tell everyone how to lose weight. You burn more calories than consume, you'll lose weight.
You gotta be in a caloric
you
deficit.
could eat cookies
Yeah.
all day. You will lose weight if you burn more than you consumed.
Well, that was the whole.
And that's why every diet can potentially work.
That was the thing with Supersize Me. I remember when that came out, I was eating McDonald's every day. And I was like, nah, that's not accurate because I eat McDonald's, but I was also working out every day. It's like, but people swear up and down like, no, that's what it's really like. And I was like, yeah, if you eat McDonald's all the time and don't do shit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and everyone's metabolism is different. So when I lose weight, my goal for the day is 1,500 net calories. That's one meal at McDonald's, pretty much. If you get a soda, I don't drink sugar sodas anymore.
Like, I
But
think
that's your calories for the day. So, but that's me. So I think I have a slower metabolism, so I have to eat that little to lose weight.
like my metabolism is still where like if I came home tomorrow and just did a full crazy workout, it's like kickstart.
Yeah,
even though I'm older, it's
And
still
for me, it's
fucking
net, by the way.
runs.
So yeah, if I did 500 calories on cardio machines, then I can eat 2,000.
Well, yeah. I
So-
mean that's common sense. Versus I do know individuals who look at it like, well, if I do this much cardio and then I don't eat, it's like, no, that's not good. Have you watched that episode of Full House? That's not good. DJ got on the fucking elliptical and then she passed out.
Was she eating those like ice pops or something?
Yeah, like
But also like
little fucking
and,
psychopath.
You know, the weight thing is too much of what people are watching. Like the body fat's the thing. If you want to look different,
Yep.
you could technically gain weight and look significantly better if you're able to put on some muscle and lose some fat. Which, by the way, you can't really do at the same time very well without steroids. Steroids works really good for that.
Steroids are fucking fantastic, dude.
You see someone lose,
Like,
put
I know
on
a
15
guy.
pounds of muscle and no fat. And that's steroids.
Stop judging.
No, I mean at some point maybe they're going to be safe, but I would hate to get to the point where everyone's just using them. You still got to put in the work at the gym, but
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
but
it's still a lot easier when you're your motivation to go to the gym when you're gaining 15 pounds of muscle in a year is pretty. I'd be pretty motivated.
yeah, well, I mean, we all have.
Yeah,
different
remember
motivators.
even like Ed Norton in American History X.
Yeah.
That dude got big as hell. That was steroid.
Yeah, that was not the natch, for sure. So last night, my wife and I, we did an episode of Off the Mats. We were going to do an episode about Christmas movies, as I have that listed here for us. But we did it 2 years ago. And she was like, I don't want to talk about Christmas movies again, which is weird to come from like a white woman. They always want to talk about Hallmark and Lifetime and Christmas movies and shit. So instead, we talked about the Rolling Stone magazine top 100 TV theme song list. And let me tell you, it was wild.
I need to see this.
It's look, man, I was not happy.
Now is it TV show? Will cartoons be included?
There
Because
were-
there's some cartoons.
There were some
that gotta
cartoons
be
in
up
there. There are a couple cartoons in there, but not nearly enough cartoons. And I was just not. And then there were songs that were left off. And I know for some people, I feel like some of these songs that were left off was like, wait a minute, did you even try? Like, did you even care? Like, and I just thought about this like while I was in the shower. Like, fucking Married with Children, that wasn't on the list. So you mean to tell me that New Girl is
God,
ahead of
that
that?
show is crazy.
I like the show because the one chick is cute as fuck. But, like, and I listened to it because, like, while we're recording, I would play the song while we're talking. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with this one.
I actually don't know what New Girl's theme song is.
I'll listen to the episode tomorrow or yesterday. I'm sorry. But what was it? What was on there? So number one was the Jeffersons. And I'm not completely mad at
Jefferson's that the moving on up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not completely mad at that. I just don't
It's not
know.
number one.
I don't think it's number one,
No.
but I feel like it's top
But
10.
that's like Mount Rushmore.
See, yeah, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
if I almost feel like I would need time to review, so I'm thinking of what jumps out at me.
Oh,
And
I erased
mostly what's jumping out of me is cartoons.
So, what cartoon are you thinking?
I mean, the big one to me, Titus beat up to me, cartoon wise, I can think of Inspector Gadget.
Exactly. I said, why is Inspector Gadget not on this list?
Yo, that's
it's not.
I mean, it was
So-
sampled by Slick Rick. Yo, that shit goes super hard.
So that was not on the list. So cartoons that I can recall being on the list.
Wow, that's bad.
Flintstones. That was on
Over
the list.
Inspector Gadget. Nah.
And Scooby Doo. Those are only two that I can remember.
Scooby Doo's got a good song. Dun, 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 dun. I've actually heard that sampled in a lot of songs.
Did you sing it? Would you hum?
Yeah.
I feel like you hum the Jetsons.
No, that's the Scooby Doo.
Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you?
Yeah, but at the beginning, it goes.
Oh,
has
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
that-
like you meant
the instrument.
The intro.
Jensen?
Yeah.
The intro.
Let's see. What was Lost was on there.
Okay.
So if you remember Lost,
I can't think of the theme song.
it's
I remember
not
like the sound
it's
effects
not a
in
song.
it.
It's just a tone. It's not a
Okay,
fucking
that's what
song.
I remember. Like the tone when it would,
Yeah.
like the.
And I was like,
Go-
I mean,
commercial.
it's distinct.
it's not a song.
That shouldn't be up
It's-
there.
It shouldn't be on the list at all. It shouldn't be ahead of fucking Family Ties or Growing Pains because those aren't on the list. And I was
Fresh
upset.
Prince up there.
It was number 7.
Okay.
So that was fine. I felt like that.
That should be high.
Yeah.
So
Glad
I
this
was
is
So
in the
many
top
people
10.
that can sing that song.
so Sanford and Son,
Oh yeah, I love this.
Jeffersons, Brady. So I didn't like
I
I didn't like the Brady Bunch being top 10. It deserves to be on the list, but not. I didn't think it should be top 10. It was number 2. It was tied at number 2 with Gilligan's Island. They were tied.
Gilligan was that a
Gilligan had to been up there.
So Gilligan was number 2. It was number 2,
Is that-
tied with Brady Bunch. But the thing is, I think that was also. I think Gilligan's Island deserves to be top 10. I just don't know that it should be top 2.
no?
No.
Okay, now
I
didn't-
agree.
I didn't want to do this, but now I'm about to fucking pull the list up.
Yeah. This is-
We're not going to spend as much time as Sarah and I did because we spent an hour and a half on it. But like, it needs to be. It needs to be discussed. I'm trying to think what else was on there.
What was that one show? I never saw
they
the
didn't.
show.
They didn't have Roseanne on there, which I think that harmonica.
Oh, I
is,
loved Roseanne.
is fucking iconic.
Yeah. And the
The
camera.
Sanford
work
and
versus the single
Son
shot.
song will get in my head once I hear it. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
So,
I love the Say by the Bell guitar solo.
oh my god,
Is
holy
that
shit!
Not on it?
Oh no, it's
What
not.
about
What?
what about California Dreams?
Oh god.
So the OC.
Yeah.
That was number 9 on the list. And then it reminded me, wait a minute, if that's on there, why isn't 90210 on there? Because that's an iconic one.
Oh yeah, 90210 is all right.
Yeah, it's not on the list.
They had like some guitar hits, right? Like
All right, so number 100 was
dun,
WandaVision.
I don't even know that one.
So yeah, it's Disney Plus show. I enjoyed it.
That's number. You say number 1?
Number 100.
Oh, 100. I was like,
I enjoyed the show thoroughly. The song is a little catchy. Shouldn't be on the list. 99 was Terriers, something from FX. Never heard of him. Not playing it again. Number 98 was Three's Company. And I
that should
feel
have been higher.
that's very disrespectful to put fucking John Ritter
Yeah.
at 98. Cocksuckers. Rescue Me was 97. Great show. The music was fine. I think it should have been higher. Chips was 96. Partridge Family 95. New Girl 94. I'm just going to jump. Oh, I Dream of Jeannie was number 93. Should have been higher. I'm just going to jump to our
Is
top
House
10.
on there?
No. And that should be on there
Yeah,
too.
that should be on
That's
there.
another one because that's an actual fucking song.
Yeah, the Massive Attack song. That was a
Yeah.
good song.
Is Power Rangers theme on there?
Nope.
Hey Arnold.
Nope.
What? Oh. Hey Arnold should be on
It's
there.
not gonna be on there, but it's Saving Grace.
No.
That won a Grammy actually.
So I'll give us our top 20 since that's what it took me to. Number 20, All in the Family. Number 19, The Sopranos. I think should be higher. Number 18, The Simpsons.
Game of Thrones has to be up here.
Oh, The Simpsons.
The
is
Game
good.
of Thrones is top 10 somewhere. I believe
Simpsons
so.
was good.
The Muppet Show.
Man.
16, The Rockford Files. Don't all applause at once. Number 15, Mission Impossible.
Okay.
14, The Wire. 13, Cheers.
Cheers was memorable.
I feel like Cheers should be higher because that's one that I feel like everybody can sing.
Everybody knows your name. That's the
Hawaii,
only part I know.
so Hawaii 5-0 is number 12, and I don't know that it should be top 20, but I do love that fucking beat.
I feel like I
It's a
haven't.
drum.
Yeah, god damn, I love that beat so
Yeah.
much. Number 11 is Game of Thrones,
Okay.
which I don't know that should be there. All right, but whatever.
It should. I
don't-
think.
I don't think it should.
That's one of the few.
When-
I
when-
never skip.
If
the
you
trailer.
heard the other 80 entrants before the top 20, there are some that should be ahead. So number 10 is Too Many Cooks.
21 Jump Street is in there.
Oh my god, I forgot
That was a
about
good
that.
song.
Yeah, it was, and it's not on there. Hanging with Mr. Cooper is not on there as well.
Oh,
Step by Step is not on there.
Step by Step.
They just said fuck TGI Friday.
none of the
Full House.
what was
Family Matters?
Yeah, Family Matters.
Nope.
No Full House.
Full House.
They all
Full
sounded
House.
like they
I
were.
like
Full House is on there.
I think they were the. Some
They all
of them were
sound like the
singers,
same.
right?
Yeah,
They were.
band.
Yeah.
But Full House was the one.
Full
that won.
House, like the outro had this like sax, like
Mm-hmm.
singing the part. That shit slapped.
So I don't know what Too Many Cooks is, but it's a show from Adult Swim in 2014. It should be there. The OC is number 9.
That's too high.
Number 8 is Friends. And though I don't care about the show, I
get that.
I think that's fine where it's at.
Yeah.
Number 7, Fresh Prince. I think that should be a little
It should
higher.
be top 5.
Number 6, The Twilight Zone. Which so
It's
my
another
whole
one I understand.
my whole thing is if it doesn't have words or lyrics or anything, I don't want it. Get it out of here. Number 5, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Number 4,
Mr. Rogers, hold up.
Yeah.
That just hit me for what that song was when he was teaching how to tie your shoe.
yeah, no, don't hate on Mr. Rogers, son.
I mean, I'm
I-
hating
That's
on the
not
song.
top
I think
five.
that I
That's
think
not.
I think it's top 10. I think it's top 10. Yeah, I got emotions tied to it, son.
I do too, but
So number 4, Don't All Go Crazy at Once. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. We all remember that show, right?
I've
never heard of that shit.
Exactly. Fuck you, CW. Number 3, Sanford and Son.
Yeah, that's up there.
I'm fine with that being top 3. Number 2 is a tie between the Brady Bunch and Gilligan's Island. Dumb.
The Gilligan songs, that's the like dun 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 dun. dun. All right.
And then number 1 is the
Good
Jeffersons.
for 2.
So, my wife
Yeah.
and I, we had a 90-minute conversation, a near 90-minute
I
conversation
could
about
do
that list.
this. I could have been a part of that.
Like, well, we ended up making our own list. I had it on the board, but I erased it to write this nonsense on there. But I put at least my top 2 weren't even on the top 100. Was fucking Growing Pains because I love that song. It's a fucking great song, and Dusty Springfield is singing it. So fuck y'all, son of a preacher man. And then number 2, I had Family Ties because I always liked the intro because they always did like the sketching of the family, and always made me kind of get sentimental and cry a little bit. I don't know why I would get emotional. And I don't know what number 3 was. Probably Sopranos. I don't know because I love that fucking intro. I like Sopranos. I never skip that intro.
Yeah.
Like. Fucking dickheads. Fuck Rolling Stone. Like, who the fuck was writing that article? There's like 15 people listed as the writers of that article. They're all fucking stupid and fuck. Oh, you know what I haven't said this show? Retarded. They're fucking retarded.
We say it every time.
Stay woke.
I missed.
We're beyond woke.
Like, man, I'm woke as fuck, son.
So I'm curious if this is on the top 100, and I agree with you. I think for the most part about no words, but the one exception for that for me would be Friday Night Lights.
So Friday night,
That can make me tear up.
that is
that.
on the list.
Okay.
So I didn't watch the show, so I wasn't familiar. So I was like, fuck this one too. I didn't even play it. So, but if like, you know, you got to feel like, all right, someone's got some connections to him, except for a crazy ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Number 4? Like, and I played that shit. Hold on, I'm going to play it. This shit is trash. It's like, how is this number fucking 4? Like, out of 100? It shouldn't even
I'm about to
be
get
number
mad.
104. All right, let's see. Are they going to let me play this
Still
again.
better over Expect a Gadget not being top 100.
Yeah, that should be in the top 100.
It's
No way.
the Big Bang Theory, I imagine, is up there.
Somewhere. So this is number 4.
That's ridiculous.
This is dumb. Alright,
Shut up,
someone
bitch.
was friends with her.
Well, she's got some mommy milkers on her. I can tell
That
you
is
it's
terrible.
number 1.
That's not even top 100.
I agree. But someone thought that it was. Like, I'll let Twilight Zone slip
I understand that.
because it's very, very. It's. I get it, but I don't know, man.
It's 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, it's like
That was a
we
good
skipped
one.
out on 21 Jump Street. We missed out on Married with Children. We missed out on.
Is it
Damn.
Roseanne wasn't on there?
Roseanne
That's
wasn't on there.
ridiculous. That should
Again,
have been on
Growing
there.
Pains, Family Ties. That's 5
Was
right there.
Rugrats on it?
No,
That
not
should
at
have been.
all.
That should have been. There's no love for the '90s cartoons then.
True.
That's not- that
Now
should be.
they did have all that on there.
That
and-
absolutely should be there.
I think it was
That's like my generation's favorite thing.
it was like it was like 80 something. So I know as soon as I played Sarah started singing, I was like, yeah, I was too old for this. Sorry, I'm an adult.
If that was '80s, then Rugrats probably should have been on that though.
Rugrats
What about
should've
Fat
been on
Albert? That was a good one.
there. Oh my god, I forgot about that one
How's
too.
that theme song?
You're
The
right.
A-Team.
Yeah, yo, there's so many that they fucking just. So
Was
Dukes of
Voltron?
Hazzard.
Oh.
No, it was not. Dukes of Hazzard was on there. Voltron was not. Transformers was not.
Yeah, I was thinking
GI Joe
Voltron.
was not.
I like the Voltron song, but
Yeah, I like
Thundercats was not. And Thundercats fucking bop, son.
So-
Don't tell me any different, son.
What about Captain Planet?
Oh my god, no, it wasn't. They said fuck those kiddie shows. You know why Flintstones made it? Because it was advertising cigarettes on Flintstones. I remember it. Yeah, I've been watching Flintstones, seeing them advertising Winston cigarettes. So they're like, this isn't for kids. These are for adults. But
Magic School Bus.
no.
Oh,
But
come
Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego was on there.
Okay, that's
So-
good. I'm glad they made the list.
But I mean, I feel like if that makes it on there, Magic School Bus should be on there, and if that's not on there, then neither of them should be on there. Not because neither of them are good, but I feel like just if you're going to disrespect one, just we don't want to show up to the party.
Tell me, I hope the SpongeBob theme wasn't on that over some of these.
It was.
that's on there.
Yeah.
That's a big song.
That's not bigger than the Rugrats, though.
I think the
I
SpongeBob
think-
is.
I
Because
think it
SpongeBob
is.
is liked by adults
weirdly.
quite a bit.
Did that
Yeah.
Rugrats theme song in the '90s, though?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you knew it as soon as you heard the.
I mean,
Dun, dun, dun,
everyone knew how to
dun,
play it on the
dun.
piano
Yeah, yo.
in school. The kids that didn't play any instruments knew how to play it.
Like, I don't know. It just got me really, really fucking pissed. It got me so pissed that I did a full fucking podcast episode on it,
Hey,
and then rewrote the
I'm there
list.
for it.
And then my wife was like, "Well, I kept telling her like, mark it down." She was like, "Well, I'm at 19 right now. And we still have a top 30 to go."
They wouldn't be near the top, but the top 100, all the Disney afternoon shows,
DuckTales wasn't on there.
DuckTales,
Chippendale,
Chippendale, all those
Darkwing
songs
Duck.
are good.
Yo, fuck y'all, Rolling Stone. Like, you know they
Doug?
hate me. No, Doug was not on there. Nope. The only cartoons I could recall was SpongeBob, Scooby Doo, and Flintstones. That's the only thing that comes off top.
That's
So if you're thinking of a cartoon right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not on there.
and you said Saved by the Bell wasn't on it.
It's not on there.
That
either.
should have been on it. That should have been in the top 100. I'm not saying that's like top 10 or top 20,
No,
but that should have been on it.
I think it's top 25, dude.
That guitar solo is iconic.
Yeah.
When you wake up late for school and something.
Yeah. I mean, it's just they just don't respect shit, yo. But then they want to put like Bonanza on there, and they're like, "Well, you don't respect anything." Like, I'm pretty sure
MASH was probably up there.
Mash was on there.
When I heard that song,
When I heard that song,
'cause
I knew
I used to hate that song.
it was time to turn the TV
It
off.
was always like after a good show, and then be like MASH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mash just shows up to run the party. You had a good time. You're watching whatever the fuck you're watching. Mash comes on. I was like,
And MASH was on all the time. It was
Yeah.
like every day.
I think it was like the most watched like finale. I believe that or Bob Newhart, one of those two shows. But it's crazy that it's like some of those songs that made it is like what the fuck is this? And that's not and I know it's kind of like self-centered to be like, well, I don't know what that is. It shouldn't be on there. But then when you listen to it, it's like, no, that's dog shit. Like that is like Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. That's dog shit. Maybe it's in the top 125. Like, I don't know. But, like, the shit is trash. And then there's a show that was on HBO for one season. It was like a spinoff of Entourage or some bullshit. It was like
I know what this is.
East Coast version of it or some bullshit. I don't know. But that was on the list. I was like, really? Tell me more about how great this show was. Fuck you guys.
Knight Rider definitely got me on there.
What's that?
Knight Rider.
It was not.
What? That.
I said that. I mentioned that as well. I think, yeah, well, hold on. Oh.
Knight Rider should have definitely been on there.
No, hold on. Yeah, because Sarah was writing. So, all right. So, let's see here. The ones that I told, mark down. Three's Company, Rescue Me, I Dream of Jeannie, Stranger Things. I was like, okay, let it go because it's very recognizable. Flintstones, Green Acres, Scooby-Doo, Boondocks. Now, Boondocks, I don't think everyone recognizes Boondocks, but that's Columbia. That's Oakland Mills. That goes on the list. Malcolm in the Middle, Full House. I know people fucking hated that fucking Dawson Creek song, but you know it enough to hate it, so it goes on the list. Happy Days, The Wonder Years, which was at number 64, and that's
Wonder
fucking.
Years
I don't remember the Wonder Years theme song.
Wonder Years
I know
was
the
top
show.
10,
I can't
son.
think of this. I can't think of the theme
Dude,
song.
that is Joe Cocker's son, and that shit is great. You want me to play it because that shit is great.
I do.
No, I want you to sing it.
Oh.
Yeah, sing it.
What would you do if I sing out of tune?
Well, you are.
Well, let's just record what we're doing.
Hold on. Now,
That was a great
I'm
rendition.
about to go walk away and pee. That's what I'm about to do.
what would I do? I will quit the podcast. That's what I would do.
I mean, it was kind
Thanks,
of
Dick.
ironic that you sing that.
Out of tune.
I didn't.
Well,
I mean,
and
like,
as
I
I was
didn't
saying,
even know
I
that
was
was
like,
a theme song.
I was
thought
like,
you were
I'm
fucking
pretty sure
around.
this is out of tune. But you know what? Oh no, Phineas and Ferb. That was
Yeah.
on there.
Wonder Years probably should have been top
What was-
10.
I think
that
one-
was like
was
a
that 70?
standout.
70. Yeah, I think Wonder Years is top 10 for sure. Like, Dawson's Creek, 67. Happy Days. Peacemaker, I like
Is that the
it.
Johnson?
Yeah, it's like I was kind of like, oh, that shouldn't be on. But then I listened to it, I was like, yeah, that should be on there. This shit is kind of tight. But other than that, though, it's like the fucking writers are dumb. Oh, it's got all this fucking intro. Wonder Years season 1 aired January 31st,
Was that
1988.
70 show on it?
No,
That should have been. That's iconic.
actually, I always cry whenever I watch the show.
The intro was good because, like, I mean, I had all the home video type
Yeah.
shit.
This shit was fucking beautiful. The song,
That was a good show.
yeah, the show was fantastic.
When he was hot.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
How is this not top 10?
Yeah.
Bro? You fucking
Yeah,
cunts.
the video helps too.
Yeah,
I think
the video,
yeah.
the video is what takes
the
it over.
The camcorder.
Let's see here, the Drew Carey Show, which I don't ever give Cleveland any credit, but
Oh, that song was about Cleveland.
yeah, Cleveland rocks.
That
It
was
doesn't. Cleveland
whack.
sucks.
That was whack.
Cleveland's trash. Different Strokes,
Okay.
Sesame Street, Living Single, which just biased, but it should be higher. Golden Girls was number 38. I think that should be higher. Good Times was 28, should be higher. Let's see here. And then there's songs that didn't make it. Growing Pains, Family Ties. I'm going to keep harping on those two not making that fucking list. The Jetsons, I
The
Love
Jetsons
Lucy,
didn't make it.
Roseanne, Bosom Buddies. Let's see here. Others that made it that didn't have words. Chips, I Dream of Jeannie, The Walking Dead, dumb. The Olympics. That was on there, yes. Taxi, Andy Griffin.
I was going to say Taxi. I'm
The
surprised.
Andy Griffith didn't make it.
Andy Griffin did make it.
Oh, okay.
These are just songs that didn't have lyrics.
Okay.
Lost and X-Files. Those all did make it. I don't know. I was just really, really, really disappointed in
I
it.
don't understand how Lost is on it. Though. I
It
get it's like
shouldn't-
you hear it, and you know it, but it's not even a song.
So I wonder though too when they're making this list,
It was
is it
just a
like,
tone.
are you making a list based off of how much you like the show, or because they do have a top 100 TV shows, so that's where that should go. But shit like Lost shouldn't be on there. Walking Dead, I don't think should be on
No,
there.
it's the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's more
Well,
of
The
like
Walking Dead at least has like a melody.
Yeah. I didn't like The Walking Dead theme.
No, nor did I. Nor did I like the show either. I love the comic. Hate the show.
It was good, and then it wasn't.
Yeah, I love the first season. First season was really,
like,
really fun.
Like 3 or 4 seasons.
I think I stopped at season 4 because
It started going where it didn't want it to go.
once they got to the governor storyline,
Yeah.
because the governor storyline in the comic is so much darker. It's just fucking terrifyingly dark. Meanwhile, they get to season 7 or 8, and then they introduce Negan, and he bashes Glenn's brains out. And it's like, well, wait a minute. You did that, but you couldn't do the governor shit?
I came back for that episode. I'd fallen
So
out of
did
it.
I.
Came back for that episode, saw it, watched the next episode, and that was it.
I
Never
watched it,
another episode after
and the
that.
reason I checked out is because that episode, they had so many commercial breaks.
Yeah,
No.
it totally threw off the...
Yeah, I was like, I'm done. I'm out of here.
I won a lot of money, though. We had a pool going at my work, and I thought Glenn and Abraham were booked. I called it.
Oh, well, I wish I was in
booked
that,
them.
because I would have won the fuck out of that.
Yeah, I did, too.
Just because I read the comic and saw the shit. Like, that was the whole thing. It was like, when I knew Negan was coming, I was like, oh. Like, well, because I think, like, one of the previous seasons, like, everyone thought Glenn was dead. I was like, no, he's not dead. Trust me. Negan got to bust his head open. And I was like, what? I was like, just trust me. Just wait it out. He'll be back. And then he came back. I was like, oh, Negan's coming? Don't get attached to Glenn. Like, why not? Just don't. And don't get attached to his eyeball either. Because I can't remember if in the show when he hit him with the bat if his eye popped out.
Yeah, it's like...
Because the way they drew it in the comic
Yeah, his
was-
eyes just exposed
was
completely. in it.
really, really graphic, and I still can't look at that shit. But it was good.
They did a good job filming that scene. That was difficult to watch.
I mean, the episode was difficult for me because of the commercials. But yeah, the eye popping out. It was. I think people complain like, "Oh, that's too graphic." Okay.
Abraham was my favorite character, so I was really mad with me.
There was a character, I think, a chick. She got hit in the head with an arrow. Like in the previous season. That's how Abraham died in the comic. He was like talking, and he just keeps talking, and then they go to the next panel. You just see an arrow poking through his head, and he keeps talking because he just doesn't realize he's been shot with an arrow yet, and he just drops. I was like, oh, shit! Like those issues from I want to say issue 92 to 106 were fucking fantastic, and then like it set the groundwork for a lot of shit later on. Good comic, you should read it. Black and white, fun times. Let's jump into this beer real quick.
All right. Complete opposite of the first one. It's called Frosted Sugar Cookie. So
Sugar cookie.
our first Christmas beer since is this our first December episode? I think so.
Mhm.
So yeah, we got some Christmas beers. This is by Southern Tier Brewing. Out. I can't remember. I'll add that in the comments.
It's fine. They'll be all right.
I know it's not what I think it is every time. But we've had a few by them. So yeah, this one tastes like a sugar cookie. We had to cleanse our palate kind of
Sure.
right after the first beer.
sure.
So complete opposite taste. I think it's pretty good. And then so yeah, soft with vanilla and cake flavor, definitely. And it's definitely good cold. And surprisingly though, because this type of beer, I was like, oh, this is probably whack and weak. 8.6.
That's not bad. I like it.
I think the 8.5s are probably my favorites.
I
But
think
I like this one, but I feel like it was tough to judge right after the first one.
yeah, I think the eights, like 8.5s, are a good sweet spot, and I don't know that I still had a little bit of that taste from the other beer in my glass, so it's kind of tough. I could taste, the sugar cookie flavoring. It wasn't terrible.
So to me, it was the aftertaste was pretty good.
Yeah, it grew on me.
And I don't like. Normally, I would not like a sugary beer, but this to me, I did like. And you mentioned you might not.
So the thing is,
Sometimes it's heavy.
I
This
would drink it, but I wouldn't buy it because I couldn't drink a bunch of these. Like I would get nauseous and like there used to be one I used to like honey brown, was it?
Oh yeah, I remember you used to get those. What was that?
And then there was like a honey.
That
honey
was like
lager.
before the days of the craft beers everywhere. That was
Yeah.
like you're going out of the like you're going being different when you get
Oh
that.
my gosh, you got a honey brown. Oh my god, look at this guy, sophisticated much. But the like I used to like those, but over time I had to stop because they're sweet. I was like, I can't take this shit.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Normally a sweet beer, yeah, I can't drink all night, and maybe this is influenced by the effing awful beer. But yeah, what would you rate it? 8.6%.
8.6. It was tasty, but I can't drink a bunch of these. I'm going to give this. It's tough because it's definitely better tasting. I would drink this before I drank the first one easily, but I have to also
Loud as that first one's basically a double of this.
like. Oh man, I'm gonna give it a 7 off principle.
Okay. I went 7.4, and I feel like that might have been positively influenced by the first beer because it was like nice palate cleanser.
And that's what I was trying to keep in mind. It's like if I didn't have that first,
But
beer,
that 8.5, I gotta keep that in mind. So I'm like, oh, I kind of like
True.
that. And
So-
holiday time, Christmas beer, because
True,
like remember
true.
we did a lot of the Halloween beers, and we maybe had one good one. Most were
best.
trash.
I would say, I think also with this too, what I'm keeping in mind is that it's really sweet, so I know I wouldn't be able to drink a bunch of them. That's why it's only at a 7.
So that gives it a 7 too.
I mean,
overall,
it's
and
it's
that's
still
where
good,
at. That's where it's at.
so it's solid. So yo, I ordered pizza the other night. You see on the board, I say 4 pizzas. So I tried
Did
to
you order 4 pizzas, or that's the name?
No, I accidentally ordered 4 pizzas.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
It's a good accident.
I guess.
Maybe not.
If
It's not good pizza, and then
No,
you like
it's-
got a fridge
it's
full
solid.
of pizza.
It's solid. I've been eating pizza every fucking meal since Friday. Well, because what happened was I ordered the pizza and then I closed out my screen. I was like, oh shit, I didn't get the confirmation. So I went back in and it was saying, oh, order not placed. And I was like, shit, they always say don't back out because then it'll double order. So I went and did it again. So the delivery guy comes up because I order from them often enough now where this guy. It's like fucking what's the fucking Adam Sandler movie? Is it Big Daddy? Yeah, where like him and Rob Schneider, the delivery guys, like they're like best friends because he fucking orders out all the time. Like the delivery guy comes up to the door and he's like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" He was like, he looked at me concerned, like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "What? What do you mean?" He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "What?" And I look at the bag and I was like, "Oh no!" Like it's like puffed up.
Yeah.
He opens up the bag and I see him pull out 4 pizzas. I was like, "Fuck." Oh man, I feel stupid. He goes, "You want me to take it? You want me to take?" I go, like, "What do you want? What do you want? 2? You only want 2?" I was like, "No, dude, because I don't like. I fucked up. I'm gonna go ahead and keep all 4."
This guy looked at it and was like, I can do all 4. Tried to act like he was disappointed, but he loved it.
No, actually, well, so I ordered. The original order was supposed to be 1 extra cheese and then 1 half pepperoni, 1 half, and the other half ham. And I was like, okay, cool. That's what we'll do. So set the pizza down. Sarah hasn't gotten home yet with the kids, so I tried to cover my tracks by eating like as much as I could before they got home. So like I knocked out 5 slices immediately, like oh my god, like trying to like just cover my tracks. And they get home and Sarah walks and was like, "Oh, there's 4 pizzas." I was like, "Yeah, I fucked up." She was
They
like,
had to buy 1 get 3 free.
she was like, "How'd you fuck up?" I was like, and I explained it to her. She was like, "I would have just sent 2 back." And I was like, "Yeah, but I think the guy would have gotten like in trouble or something. I don't know." So I just kept them. She was like,
But it's 4 pizzas.
"Oh no, yeah, I've been slamming slices left and right, dude. Like I'm pretty sure I shouldn't eat any more pizza for a while. I might be constipated now too. I don't know. I've been fucking shit since Friday, so Actually, I did, but still, I don't know. I fucked up. So the moral of the story is, I'm not ordering pizza for the next month, just because I ordered 4 pizzas. At least it wasn't fucking 8, because like when I have like fight nights and shit like that, I'll order a bunch of pizza. And the fucked up thing is when I order a bunch of pizza for fight night, like only my neighbors show up. Like my 2 neighbors show up, and one's a vegan. The other one's high, so he'll eat like a pizza. But like I'm usually like counting on my one teammate to show up who will also eat a pizza, and then Maryland Phil might eat like 5 slices. I'm like, okay, cool. And if they don't show up, I'm like, fuck, I got a lot of pizza. Ow, fucking neck hurts too.
I've been wanting a really good New York thin crust where it's the super high heat pizza. We don't have too many around here. Yeah, this is good. It's so different. Like,
This
the
is
3
up our-
beers we've had are like.
This is right up our alley though.
This is a like. If there was a IPA in the dictionary, this is like how the IPAs should taste. There's no like fruitiness. It's just straight IPA.
Yeah, this tastes pretty good. It's beer. It gets the job done.
Crushable.
For sure.
But yeah, I had some 7-Eleven pizza because I had my winter Christmas party, whatever. We stayed in Baltimore, as I mentioned. We had a suite. But yeah, 7-Eleven right across the street. Went with their pizza. Now I've had 7-Eleven pizza 3 times. First time was great. I think I pumped it up on here. Second time, terrible. Like there was no flavor. We're like, something wrong with the cheese. There's no flavor at all. Third one was good again. So it can be hit or miss, but they got that oven that cooks that shit in 2 minutes.
I remember I tried because my daughter loves pizza, and I tried to bribe her with pizza. I can't remember. It was something to do with jiu-jitsu. And I remember, like, okay, she was like 2, maybe 3. I was like, all right, we're going to go to 7-Eleven. We're going to get pizza. You want pizza? Yeah, I want pizza. I was like, okay, get pizza. So we got 7-Eleven pizza. She was like, nah, I'm not eating this. And I took a bite, and I was like,
it's
I'm
hit or
sorry.
miss. I've had it be great, but yeah, I mean it's like $7. The key is if you can get it and bring it home, then put your own toppings on it. You can get a pretty good pizza, pretty cheap.
I feel like at that point there's too much work.
But no, I like we did try Coal Fire. Have you ever had their pizza? It's a little pricey,
not.
but it's really good. So they got the wood oven, very thin, so it's got that super high heat. I wish if we ever had a place, they have those ovens that go outside for pizza because they go up to like 850 to 1,000.
Yeah.
That's how like the New York style is. Those cook a pizza in like less than 5 minutes. A full pizza.
Love it.
Would love it, but yeah, I can't have one at the apartment.
Sure you can.
But yeah, I saw one at I think I was at Kohl's. They have some random stuff in the back.
Yeah.
They had a pizza oven. I was like, $200? Can I put this inside? And it was outdoor only. It was like,
You never know until you try. That's the way I look at it. Yeah,
that would be fun to make a pizza, especially when you only got to wait 5 minutes.
I be looking at shit at Kohl's just because they be having mad random shit. I'm like,
I like
why not?
Kohl's. Yo, when you do buy stuff, they give you freaking so much money back of like that card thing that you can use like a week later. It's like one day I bought something, and it was stuff I needed for like work, and it was like, I mean, decently expensive, but I got like a $75 card. I was like, and I just gave it to my girlfriend. I was like, and I kind of wanted it, but I was like, I know you want some stuff, so I was like, yo, this is $75. I just got this for free, so use it.
Yeah, Sarah frequents Kohl's quite a bit.
Yeah, I like their that they give you quite a bit back in that money. I mean, makes you come back, but at the same time, 75 is a lot. I think it was like, I think what I bought was around 200, so $75 is quite a bit.
I mean, they have some good deals there too. So 75, you can go off.
Oh yeah,
75. I'm going in there with 25 and going off. Like, but again, buying Michelin is bullshit.
I had to get some dress clothes. Macy's right now had some friggin' huge sales. I ended up getting some dress shoes that look pretty tight for like $30. I was like, sweet.
That should be like all they cost.
Yeah.
I don't pay more than $40 for shoes.
Oh yeah.
I also
the reason I picked
don't
up,
buy
these are
shoes
30.
either.
Then they look better than I thought when I got home. I was like, oh, lucked out there.
I think the last time I bought shoes, so I think 2013, I bought a pair of gym shoes. was like, okay, cool. Hardly ever wore them. And then when we moved in here in 2016, no, not even. I think I just got a new pair of shoes last year. Like I wore them to the game.
My thing is too, if you're gonna get new clothes, get rid of something because
Yeah.
you're, at least me, if I have my closet, I'm gonna keep wearing the new stuff over and over, and I'll wear like the same 5 things. Then I'm like, all right, so I just got rid of a bunch of stuff. I was like, I don't this now move down the list that I never get to because I'm gonna pick the same 5 newer shirts or whatever a week.
That's what I do with like I think at one point I had 70 comic book T-shirts, and I went through a cycle where I wore them all, but then I was like, dude, like some of them like those heavier fabrics. I was like, I don't like these. They're stiff. So
I like hoodies, but again, if I accumulate hoodies, now there's some towards the end, and now I'm not wearing anymore. It's just they're not bad, but it's just like I'm gonna wear the newer ones.
the culture in this. It's 1921. They gotta go.
By the way,
point.
something that's funny I would never say. I'm embarrassed to say, but it's kind of funny.
Go ahead and say it.
We're shopping for
doing
dress clothes. Both me and my girlfriend needed like a Christmas outfit, but all of a sudden she's like, "You want to go to Forever 21?" I was like, "Hell no!" Like, that shit's girl clothes. She's like, "No, there's men's clothes." Like, "No, there's not.
What?
That shit's for girls." She's like, "No, there's men's clothes." I was like, "No, there's not." Then she just to prove me wrong. Like, I swear. Then I'm like, "Yo, the hoodies were $12." Like, what? I might like Forever 21. Yo, they were tight hoodies, and I was like, kind of embarrassed. Like, oh damn.
Might go make a trip.
Then I was kind of like telling her, "Yo, can we go to Forever 21?" I kind of like them. They were like good hoodies. Like, I mean, they were plain, and it's hard sometimes to find a good plain because sometimes I don't like the words on stuff. Logos, if it's a brand everywhere.
I remember, like, anytime hanging out with Winter, it was always, let's go to the mall. And usually, let's go to the mall. We would walk around bullshit. But then she go into, was it Express? I think it's Express. We go in Express. And it's like just fucking like 90 minutes just of her wandering around. Because, she's a little lesbian that dressed like a little boy. So she's dressed, she's over in the little boys section looking for clothes. Not looking for little boys. Like, not Michael Jackson. But actually
at the mall looking for little boys.
Cause she's over there like looking for clothes, and I feel weird because she goes in the fucking dressing room, and I'm like just standing in the little boys section, like Jesus fucking Christ, this is not okay. Like I'm not feeling comfortable. So, now anytime I hang out with Winter, it's like let's just go to the bar. Like there are no little boys there.
I had went by Express on the advice like, oh, they have jackets. As soon as I saw the $300 price, I was like, nope. That's what I think. I tried on a shirt there one time. Their shorts tend to be like short. I can't stand short shirts.
Like I mean, we're kids of the '90s though. Like our shit's got to be like baggy.
It's like that.
Like I mean, like when the style came in, where it's like, all right, you got to wear these tight ass pants. I was like, no, I don't. Because even when was it Winter's wedding? Yeah, I think it was Winter's wedding. Getting our suits and. Not really thinking about it. I was thinking like, oh, I'll be all right. And then I was not all right. Pants were tight as fuck. I was like, yo, my nuts hurt. And then for my goddaughter's wedding, I had to talk to the dude. I was like, yo, like, I just got to know, do I get some options on the pants style? Because I'm not wearing tight pants again. It was like, there are 2 options. Like, word. I felt all right. It's like, all right, cool. But fuckers trying to
dress pants. You can get away with just wearing regular pants without it being this skinny fit. Looks ridiculous.
Yeah,
but the Jordan era, like when Jordan used to wear those suits, he had those wide leg suits that look funny as hell. They're like
whole suits are
bell bottoms. Well, that was the style back then, but now it looks ridiculous.
Yeah,
but I still people wearing those suits. That style.
Well, it's like I got this pair of dress pants. I don't know where they came from. I'm pretty sure I was in another wedding. I just kept the pants. I don't know. There's no tags on the pants or anything. But they're starting to get like old. I've had them for a very long time, so I'm like, now they're starting to like wear out. And I'm like, shit, I need to go to another wedding so I can steal some more pants. Because I don't know where I got these pants, but I really like them. They're comfortable. They're not tight. They're like loose fit. I'm like, oh man, I like these. But now they're starting to wear. I'm like, oh shit. Like, if I lose these, I gotta go buy new pants like at a real place. I'd rather just go to a wedding and accidentally steal the pants and then just like, oops, my bad. It just feels like that's the way things should be. Just accidentally do some shit and you're alright. Get away with anything. Fuck y'all. Y'all judging me. Alright. So real
I'm digging this beer,
yeah,
man.
yeah, I'm liking it.
Where do you want to go next?
What's that? I don't know. There's a little bit more in there. You want that? Because I think I'm done. I got this water.
Right.
I got to flush this down with water. Or we could. You want to rate the beer? I mean.
Yeah, let's rate it now because you're done. You're about to move on. It's okay if you got a White Claw.
Nah, I got a Bud
Oh,
Light
Bud Light
seltzer.
seltzer. It's the more manly sounding seltzers.
Look, man.
Like, is that White Claw? No, it's a Bud Light seltzer.
I didn't buy another box of wine, and I'd rather just pour wine right into my face. But whatever. All right, give me some stats on this.
All right. This is called Naughty or Nice Cold IPA. I believe if we would have got a full pack, you would have been either naughty or nice. But we got both, so we're naughty and nice. I think that's a good combination. That's what you're looking for in a wife and girlfriend, you know, naughty and nice.
Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta wonder though, because it's like, you know, what was she doing with the dude before? Was she this way with the dude before? Was she like doing that funny thing with his balls? Like, she does
Yeah,
with
did you
her
see that
balls?
Dave Chappelle skit when he's like with the girl?
Yeah, what's the craziest thing you've ever done?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, this one time I had a threesome with two guys and my
My friends
roommates
would
were
cheer me
cheering me on.
on.
And he's like, what's the crazy thing? He's like, I have sex with you without a condom. It's like, we're done.
See, that was another one that wasn't on the list. I don't think like Chappelle shows like opening music is like fantastic. I feel like there's still like something to it. But Crazy Ex-Girlfriend was number 4. Just always remember that.
Hey, we determined they missed a lot. They needed us to be judged. But yeah, I mean, who made the list? Was it one person?
No, it was like
It was like a
15
group of
people.
them.
And they suck. All of them.
Yeah, they suck.
They're all fucking retarded retards. Oh, I actually promised myself I was going to try to lay off the R word this week.
Well, saying retarded retards is not.
I didn't say
Lay it
it.
off.
You just said it.
You did just say it.
You just said it.
Well, I was repeating you. So it's okay if I repeat you.
I don't think that's how that works.
All right. Naughty or Nice Cold IPA.
Try that out. There in the
What's
Edinburgh.
funny is it's crispy, Christmas themed. We got a Buck Tradition, in quotes. It's by Devil's Backbone Brewing Company. I don't think there's anything Christmassy about it, but it's a great IPA.
It's pretty tasty.
And I'll just say it's crisp, dry like an IPA, and it's 7.1, which I still think is also in that sweet
good.
spot. We were
That's
saying 8.5, but 7.
8.5 is like
Seven's not bad
8.5 is
either.
like the top of the mountain where you're like, this is good, like real good. 7, I think 7's in the area where it's like, look, you know you're here to have a good time.
Yeah, this one, so it's a refreshing IPA. It's definitely a little on the bitter side, but in a good way because it's crushable. What do you want to get this one? 7.1.
7.1. It is enjoyable, and I can drink plenty of them.
I just say it's kind of silly with this Christmas thing.
Yeah, that's dumb. See, this is a weird one because
And by the way, it's an IPA of no flavors. Usually we got some
Yeah.
orange, we got some mango,
I
we
would
got
buy
some kind of
this.
fruity. There's no fruit.
this is a viable one for me. So
I would even say it actually tasted like, it sounds
crack.
like it would not sound good, but grass.
Okay, that's weird. Let me give this a 7.5. I like it a lot. See, I'm not always about alcohol percentage, y'all. Sometimes
kind of
I base shit on like just ridiculous shit too.
No, normally when we
Like
when
side boob.
I'll give tons of facts about the beer down to be like, what's the alcohol percentage?
Because you be saying
And then
some
I'll be
shit.
like,
and I'm
then you'll
just
be like, that guarantee is at least this. Or sometimes Dante will pump it up, and then it's a kind of a lower beer. He'll be like, I like the taste. It was, very enjoyable. 5.
oh, look, that's enjoyable. It's buyable, and it's got a 7.
It's out of Lexington, Virginia. We'll go. I'm close there.
Sounds racist.
7.1, 7.1.
Where that is, but
Yeah, like they got it's the sun downtown. I promise you.
Yeah.
Like black folk can't be out after dark.
I'm gonna go 7.5 too. That locks it.
All right,
We're
tight.
7.5. That's fact then.
Yeah.
When we agree.
Never doubt us. So yeah,
Would you say you're more naughty or nice?
depends on what we doing. Like who I'm with.
I guess just in general, like.
I think I'm a nice person.
All right.
I think
Yeah, I would say I'm more nice than naughty.
Yeah, I'm a nice human being. But that's a weird one because lines get blurred. Like if I go out and steal a bunch of food to feed my fucking starving daughter, I'm a thief with a heart of gold. you know, but if I stole a bunch of food and sat here by myself to be a glutton, I'm a fucking horrible human. So that's
or
not
if you
what I would
ordered 2 pizzas but you get 4, but you refuse to take them back.
Well, so no, because I paid for all 4 pizzas, so don't get it twisted.
Well, that's what I mean.
And not only that, he got double tipped.
Supporting the economy.
So, exactly. And not only that, I knew if he took those back, he was going to get some shit for it. So I was like,
that's where the Instagram money is really going.
Dante's going to single-handedly bring down inflation.
So because I thought this was the last Instagram check, I just went all in. I was like, fuck it, just start buying shit. Buy useless shit. Buy all the lottery tickets. And then I bought you got your fucking microphone stand, son.
So, and I think it works way better because normally it's all low, and I'm like,
yeah, exactly. See, I know what the fuck.
Then my knee starts cramping up, and then I start drifting away.
I'm a hero. And then I'll get you some new headphones when I get the next payment. But they started me on the weekend, and I was like, yo, this is gonna suck because weekends I don't post. And I started off like as soon as they started me off, I was like, oh, cool, $3. I woke up the next day, it was like over 110. I was like, okay, we're back. But now that means what's going to happen, though, is I'm going to start losing engagement, I think. Because when I was earning, like engagement was low. Views were hit or miss. I was looking, I was like, damn, dude, this sucks. But then it's like, but I'm getting paid. It's like the more money I made, the less engagement I got from other followers. And it's fine. Like my own followers, like outside followers, or people who didn't follow me, were hitting my page more. But it still wasn't a high number. So I was like, okay, whatever. But I was still getting paid. So give me my fucking money, son. I don't know what do we need? We need new headphones for you. I don't need no more microphones. Buy no more microphones. Like these 2 microphones are the same. That one's just a $25 joint Brett's got.
Well, I figured out what I'm gonna do to set up my at-home stuff. So then we're gonna have a theme song. I know it's been a long time.
It's been 82 episodes.
I haven't been able to plug any of that stuff in. But yeah, we'll get it because I guess we can't. I probably can't sample something big.
Just sample whatever the fuck you want. You know why? Because fuck them if they say something. Like, what are they gonna do?
I'll make it real sneaky.
Because we're not making money off this.
Yeah, they're not gonna. They're not even gonna figure out what it is.
But then there's motherfuckers that are actually making money off of shit. They're not getting in trouble, except for Puffy when he took fucking Every Breath You Take. He straight raped that song, and he has to pay. Anytime that song is played, that money goes straight to Sting. It doesn't even go to the guitar player.
That was the thing. I forget
to Sting.
What band it was. Dang, I saw it in an interview. But it was an older band from the 70s, had major hits, but they used to be against sampling. Then they realized, if we allow you to sample, we get money going on. Like, it pays in the long run. Like, it might be a small amount at first, but then with streaming, like, it's a steady paycheck forever where they divide up the money. So then they started being the opposite of like, yo, y'all want to sample our stuff?
Like, we got some new beats. Y'all want to hear this? I'm like, no, we good. Like, no, trust me. I got a whole fucking trunk.
Yeah, I miss the days of the sample because that's the thing with newer hip hop is they don't generally sample much, and it's almost all just keyboards. Some of the beats are good, but that's why they kind of sound the same. It's the same sounds.
Yeah.
In different patterns. I do like their drum patterns, like that bass drum that friggin' they use in modern hip hop is tight.
Well, somebody needs to sample the Wonder Years thing and fucking.
Maybe that'll be us That
that shit
oh
work.
shit! I'm about to flip that. Oh wait, but it might not be that. So,
I don't know.
but it might be.
Fuck y'all if y'all got a problem with it though. So since we get into December, I want to talk about some Christmas shit real quick. Since I didn't do I didn't do Christmas with my wife on Off the Mats. Although we are going to do a Christmas episode, like I'm going to have some guests from Madrid, England, and Sweden talking about how they celebrate Christmas over there and do all their weird shit. I think like in Sweden it gets real fucking swirly. Like dude was telling me all this shit. I was like, yeah, just save it for the podcast, dude. Like don't tell me this shit because you're writing words I can't. Those aren't even real letters. You're making half the shit up. I'm pretty sure. But since we got Brett here, I don't think we had him on. Like we might have talked about this shit last year. Like y'all like Christmas movies?
I feel like I have more Thanksgiving movies than Christmas movies.
Well, I remember us talking last year. What was considered a Christmas movie? You
True.
said Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is a Christmas
It's
movie.
not a Christmas movie. It's not. Like everybody, it was a Christmas movie because it was at a Christmas party. Okay. These motherfuckers giving out Christmas gifts? Like no. Like, were you singing Christmas songs?
I drove by a house tonight that had Will Ferrell's Elf.
Yeah, that's a great Christmas
literally
movie.
in the
That's my favorite Christmas movie.
in the yard.
Nice.
It was a cutout of him.
I think my
What
favorite
else was
Christmas.
there? Elf, the Tim Tool Time dude.
Oh, the Santa Claus.
That's
Santa
good
Claus.
too.
Yeah. Well, they have a series on Disney Plus now, which we watch every Wednesday. My wife and daughter fucking love it.
Bad Santa.
Bad Santa's my favorite one for sure. The first one, that second one didn't need to be made. That first one was fucking great.
Is Home Alone a Christmas
Yeah.
movie?
Yes, definitely.
Home Alone's on that list too.
I think people try to put Lethal Weapon in there too as a Christmas movie. It's like, yo, y'all need to chill, yo. Like motherfuckers just want to always like we want to make it tough because it has guns. Like, just like suck my dick, yo.
I'll say this though, I'm not like in the mood of like, oh, it's Christmas time. Let's watch some Christmas movies.
So I did that today, but mainly because I just wanted my kid to leave me alone. So I just wanted to put something on the shutter.
I remember watching the Charlie Brown joint.
No, we
I
usually
never liked it.
we watch that on Christmas Eve. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it. Charlie Brown's fucking trash. We still watch it.
I never liked Charlie Brown.
Like we still watch like the Charlie Brown Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas one. It's still trash, but we still watch because it's like, fucking. We grew up on the shit, so it was like, here, kid. Since we had to suffer, you got to do it too. She's like, fuck that. I'm going to the iPad. It's like so fucking disrespectful. Kid's a bitch. My kid's so fake. It was like, oh, your daughter's so nice. I was like, yeah. Come to our house one day when she's just flipping tables over. She's not nice. She's a fucking demon. I don't know. Like, yeah, I for sure love Bad Santa. I actually haven't watched it in a while though, but we've been digging into like, cause Sarah and I are gonna do horror Christmas movies next week, and there's a Grinch one called Mean One. I can't wait. And then right now, I think in theaters is Violent Night, and then also Christmas, Bloody Christmas. I'm going in.
Someone that I follow and follows me it's beer
Sounds like a
theme.
flex.
No, it's a beer theme person. Like, no, I think they're a merchandiser. So those are the people that will go to the stores and stack the beer a certain way. Like when there's a promo. Because I actually did that job for 2 weeks for Pepsi years ago. You're just stacking the shelves. But when they have a promo, they usually like around Super Bowl time, they might like try to make like some little football themed stuff. So she made with beer shaped like the Grinch. That should look tight.
That's cool.
I would feel very
That's the
like
best Christmas song. too, the Grinch
uneasy.
song.
Like
I don't know. We have that. So we have this CD my dad always played for Christmas, which was wild. And he would
I know
play
exactly
whenever
what
my
you're talking
grandparents
about.
come out. And he,
I-
my
I
dad
fucking
was the
hated
type
that
like
the other day.
something that was novelty, like funny. It'd be like repeat, like, oh, you gotta hear this, like it's the greatest thing ever. And it was funny, but like, I mean, this was years of doing the same thing.
He would-
So it was, the show Tales of the Crypt because you
Yeah.
like horror.
Yeah.
So it was the Tales of the Crypt Christmas. So the Crypt Keeper was singing Christmas songs, but then changing the words. So we had like juggle bills
Yeah.
just to make ends meet. Like juggle bills just to make ends meet. And that's the only one I remember. But some of the others, like there's like Mo Title Bomb.
That's what it was. I knew there was bombs in it. Yeah.
It was like
That shit's
a horror version of Christmas songs. But my dad would play it all
It
Christmas.
would be
We'd
on-
like, he'd make us like listen.
It's,
And they were funny, but then like after
that shit
you've
creeped
heard
me
the
out.
CD
I
one
was too
time,
young
it's
for
like
that. That shit fucked me up.
and the Crypt Keeper was like the narrator, so in between songs he'd be doing like some scary that laugh and
Yeah.
introducing
I
the
hated
next
that.
song.
He would like the lights would be off in the living room.
I was never
playing that shit.
into the Crypt Keeper. Like I never. I think part of it is
Was that like a Twilight Zone type thing, or was it like a different
so
episode?
yeah, it was an anthology type show. So
I don't think I've ever actually seen the show except for when it would start. It would be him talking.
so yeah, I've never watched an episode of it, but it was on HBO, and I didn't have HBO growing up because
was it?
we was poor. But I remember when they dropped that movie Demon Knight. Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Knight with Billy Zane, Jada Pinkett before she was a Smith, and there are a couple other they're recognizable people. Sandman from Spider-Man, he was in it. But I remember watching that, and that's one of my favorite horror movies. And then they did the next one was like Bordello of Blood with Dennis Miller and Corey Feldman and Angie Everhart. And it's like, oh my god, like these are going to be great. And you thought there's going to be like this full series of these movies. I was like, okay, I can get with the Crypt Keeper now. And I think they made one more, and I can't find it anywhere. But fuck that guy. Like, hey, I think like Nightmare on Elm Street tried to do a series like it was called like Freddy's Nightmares, and they did something similar to that. And like Freddy Krueger would like kind of narrate in between episodes, and I don't know why it didn't pick up because Freddy Krueger was like ridiculously popular, but it never picked up. So, I don't know, but Friday the 13th, the series had 3 seasons? So, I don't know. Freddy's Nightmares, I think, had 1. It's on Tubi TV. Go check it out. Everything's on Tubi TV, dude. Like, I think I'm watching New Jack City tonight on Tubi TV. What did I watch? I watch American Gladiators on Pluto. Like, these networks we have like all the wild shit. Like on Tubi, before I go to bed, I watch Transformers G1. I watch G.I. Joe. Like, just because I can't watch scary movies anymore because if my kid comes in the middle of the night, there's a horror movie on and she's coming in from a nightmare, and then she comes
calm
in
you right down.
and she's like, "Oh shit!" So, now I have to stop watching horror movies before bed because, kids, like the fuck, they always fucking ruin everything. These fucking kids. So anyhow, but yeah, like I guess the big question is like, for horror movies is like, or not horror movies, fuck, Christmas movies is like, you say Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. I say it isn't. Why is it?
Because you watch it during Christmas.
Dude, I watch porn during Christmas. They don't fucking make it a Christmas movie.
That's the only time.
And I fucking jerk off to it.
Watch Die Hard though these days.
I don't watch Die Hard
because a group of fucking retards said it's a Christmas movie, so you gotta watch it in December.
You know what else is a Christmas movie for me?
What's that?
Speed. I watch it every year.
I think
it's definitely not a Christmas.
I think you completely missed what's the definition of.
What's funny is when I saw Speed, I thought it was the greatest thing ever. But now when I watch it years later, I'm like, this movie's not
it's
good.
super impractical. No, I love it, but it's super impractical. It's like that.
I didn't like it as much when I saw it older.
Like I would say Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie than Speed, just because at least they're like at a Christmas party. Like Speed, they're just on a bus.
I don't think it's during Christmas.
What's that?
It's not even close. It's summertime, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't say it was
in New York.
I said,
well, I mean, Speed's in L.A. though. It's like it's nice weather and shit. Gremlins is a Christmas movie. People always forget Gremlins is a Christmas movie. I think
Nightmare Before Christmas.
So that's
a great movie.
That's a solid one.
Yeah.
My daughter, she's not feeling it for some reason. She does not care for that movie. But
I don't like the Nightmare.
I don't like Tim Burton, but I tolerate that movie. Although I'm going to watch Wednesday on Netflix.
That looks more.
It looks fun. Like I don't know that I'm going to really give a fuck about it, but it looks fun. So and Jenna Ortega's a cutie pie. Like she's in Scream this year, X, and then Wednesday. So I mean she's racking up the horror stuff, and she's cute. So You know, it's weird because you're like mad young. I think she's like 8, but she's cute. Um, but yeah, basically, fuck Die Hard. I wouldn't make that the title, but then people gonna get mad as shit. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Like, it's like whenever people try to argue that, it's just like, just tell me why. That's all I want to know. Besides that, it takes place at a Christmas party. Because, like, everybody just like, I like guns, so it has to be a Christmas movie. Well, It's a Wonderful Life is a Christmas movie, and guess what? That's trash too. Because that shit shouldn't work that way. Well, what would happen if I didn't exist? Well, all that shit that you saw wouldn't even be that way. Like, those fucking kids, they wouldn't exist because, you know, you wouldn't have fucked that chick and made those kids. I don't think that's how that worked, though, in the movie. I'm not sure. I watched it once as a kid, and it was like, this shit is stupid because it's in black and white. Like, Wizard of Oz was tight because it started off in, like, fucking sepia tone, and then it went to fucking Technicolor. I was like, this is cool, but then I would watch other shit that was, like, in black and white. I was like, why isn't it going to color? I was like, that's not what it's supposed to do. I was like, this fucking movie's retarded. Fuck. Next week, I'm not saying the R word.
Next week. That's what it should be called. I'm not saying the R word.
That's what it'll be next week. This week, I can't remember. I text.
You just make it a New Year's resolution.
I tried to do No Nut November.
How'd that go?
Not well.
Yeah.
I mean, it went great for my dick, but it didn't go well for, like, the challenge. I failed.
I don't even get the point of that, though.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. Well, so... So I always see these fucking these guru guys on Instagram talk about, like, masturbation does nothing for you. It just ruins things for you. So you shouldn't masturbate, and then you'll be more productive. I was like, I'm pretty productive for somebody that jerks off a lot. Like I do a lot of shit. Like, they're probably like, well, imagine if you didn't jerk off. No, it's fucking. Why would I not? Like. My wife works nights, so I don't get to fuck as often as I want to fuck.
We've gone into your routine a few times. All I know is we drive by and your window's open. I'm not knocking on the door.
Yeah, don't. Because I'm rocking and rolling, son. I'm busy. But anyhow. But yeah, that was it. And then we went out and saw some fucking Christmas lights, too. So.
Christmas lights are good.
I might do that. I never did the
in
Baltimore
Thanksgiving.
with that one street that's well known. Whatever.
So there's one near here. Like a full street, and Sarah just saw it when she picked me up from work one day, and she saw it because when we went out to see the lights in Bowie, she drove by. She was like, "Look," I was like, "Oh shit!" So, which like we do the big one, like we do the neighborhoods Christmas Eve, but like we actually went to something in Bowie and we drove around. It was cute. It was fine. Took a bunch of pictures and video. Fucking dumb, like.
My dad was big into the air things for a little bit, you know, the
Oh,
inflatables.
blow-ups.
Except one year was funny. He had 3 of them in a townhouse yard, and they weren't really in any particular order. Like I'm pretty sure one was like staring at the other, like back to back. It didn't make
One was
sense.
hiding behind.
Yeah, there was like a candy cane, and then Rudolph was just standing right behind it, kind of creepily.
He did not take those down.
Oh yeah, and they were up.
So
in, like,
they
April.
were. I'm not kidding. They were on a timer. They would inflate in the morning at like 7 in the morning. It was up until April,
and
then one year someone finally knifed it. And all of a sudden it was like, I think it was Snoopy was like half inflated.
That's good
Yeah,
stuff.
It was like
forever.
April. This thing was still up.
One time we had Christmas lights in the backyard, and that shit just ended up being year round for now. Like,
So I think Sarah
they
wants
were
to put
shaped in
lights
icicles.
in our front window because Sophie's been kind of pestering her about
Lights are
it.
fun.
I guess I'm not opposed to it. I'm just like, look, man, like I don't want to be like, you know, because I'll see people like they go all out. I'm like, that's pretty fucking cool. I don't want to be that guy though, because I think about it. It's like I'm not taking that shit down. That shit, like when you see like the big, huge tree out in someone's like front yard and they got the lights around and shit, and I'm like, did you put those up and did you take them down, or did you just put them up and leave them up? Because if I got a big ass tree like that and those lights go up, that's a year-round thing, baby. And guess what? Just at random, I might turn them on in August, just to make sure people know I'm the motherfucker. So,
They should have summer lights. That'd be cool.
okay, Brett.
Well, that would make Christmas lights all right.
Well, no, there are already people fucking going psycho
Oh, they
with
got the
Christmas shit.
what's the half Christmas people? Some people
Yeah,
say
motherfuckers like, oh, we gotta
Christmas in
do
July.
Christmas in July, and then you got people as soon as like Halloween's over, they start putting up Christmas lights. Like Sarah
That's
tried that.
ridiculous.
Sarah tried that. She was like, Halloween was over, she started getting Christmas shit out.
No,
I was like, no, you better slow the fuck down.
I'm fine with it after Thanksgiving.
Well,
Like,
yeah, because
The
that's
day after Thanksgiving, go for it.
that's the routine, and I'll even in house, I'll like week of Thanksgiving. That's fine. You can start prepping.
Yeah.
You can start pulling stuff out. Nothing goes up until the day after Thanksgiving. That's just those
So when's
rules.
it gotta go away?
When's it got to go away? My rule, personally, it has to be gone at least by the end of the first week of January.
So not April.
I mean, if I put some lights up
Might
on a
have been
big
May,
ass,
actually.
if
Yeah,
I put some
I feel
lights on a
like-
big ass tree, it stays up until April.
I feel
if
like-
not year round.
I feel like within like a week into the New Year's.
Like I think here, I want to say that's around when, because if Sarah doesn't start taking the stuff down, then I start like kind of passive aggressively just putting shit away for her. I start like taking out boxes, like, oh cool, here's some boxes here. Here's a couple totes. Like, oh yeah, I was gonna get that tomorrow. But why not now? Like you're sitting here, let's just start. So I'm not a Scrooge or anything. I don't hate Christmas. I don't have ill will towards it. It's just like, yo, fucking chill, dude. Like it's October fucking 31st. Stop. Like, well, the trick or treaters stop knocking on the door. We can get the Christmas stuff out, or you can get the fuck out. So, dude, I wonder. I don't want to live by myself, but I wonder, like, if I was just by myself, would I even like fuck with like trees or anything? Probably not. I don't think I would.
I don't think you'd put up a Christmas tree.
No, I know I wouldn't. Would I do like a little tabletop tree though? Some shit like that. Maybe if some cute chick came over and was like, I want to give you some booty. I'm like, but you gotta have a Christmas tree. I'm like, yeah.
This counts.
Like on the table, bitch. But nah. I mean, you know, if like for whatever bizarre reason we separate and my kid has to come around, like I probably would. Just
Yeah, if you have a
Yeah.
kid. If was on my own and had no kid, there's no chance I'm putting up a Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's like I enjoy the holiday season. I enjoy the holiday spirit. I love seeing my family for that time. But I'm not into the ideal of like, yeah, let's go ahead and rush it and start putting things up. Like, no. Like, I don't even know when most holidays are other than Halloween and St. Patrick's Day.
That's a good one, though.
Like,
We had a lot of adventures back in the day.
otherwise, I don't. I know Thanksgiving because it's the Thursday. I don't know which one. I don't know until my grandma calls me and says, "What are you doing for Thanksgiving?" I'm like, well, I don't have another family, so we'll be at your house. When is it? It's Thursday.
Like, why?
Like,
am I not invited?
Like, well, dude, sometimes I get worried. I get really worried. Like, they didn't ask me to make the apple crisp until like the week of. I was like, they didn't ask me to make the apple crisp. Like, am I not invited? Because they don't ever let me show up without like making anything.
So, yeah, Thanksgiving's coming. Want me to make the apple crisp? Actually, we're
Don't-
going in a different direction this year.
Like,
Not
don't
invited.
don't stress yourself. Like, just hang out that day. Like,
We just wanted a smaller group this year, and you didn't make the cut.
Like, yeah, we didn't have room for the kids' table, so you can't come. I'm like, what? I'm not a kid. Yeah, but you got to sit there. I've sat at the kids' table every year. This is some disrespectful shit. And then when I had a kid, I was like, yes, I can be an adult. And they're like, no, you got to sit there with your kid. You got to make sure she don't, like, spill food. Like, my kid is not their kids. My kid is smart. Their kids aren't. Like, their kids are fucking dumb. Actually, my cousin's daughter is actually smart as shit because we were playing chess. And she looked at the board, and I just showed the younger one how to move. And then his sister looked because he was fucking up, and she looked, and she was like, nah, I got this. I was like, oh, shit. And then her father sat there and played me in chess, and I fucking dismantled him. Don't fucking step to me, son. The fuck I look like. Dumb fuck. Should have fucking put some liquor on the table, like shot for shot, bitch. But we wasn't ready for that. We don't drink at Thanksgiving at my house either, so I think that's a plus. But yeah, Christmas lights. We went to see some.
Christmas. Tight.
I want to do the Symphony of Lights in Merriweather.
I've never
done
actually
that
done
since
that.
I've done
I
it
think
a
I did
few
it one time
times.
as a kid.
I've never been to that one.
I think you can walk through it now.
Do you guys still pay?
It's for but the money goes to
Then I'm not paying.
the hospital,
That would be a
Hey,
children's hospital.
If it's like
Hey,
what it
fuck
used
them
to be,
kids.
to walk through it would be so long.
So,
I want to do that, and then they have at Meriwether towards that they have an outdoor ice rink now they put up.
yeah, I heard about
I
that.
want to do that. I actually really miss ice skating.
Like, you can teach my daughter then. She asked me to teach her the ice skate. I was like, nah,
It's been a long time.
that ain't happening.
They have one at.
I went like 10
Inner
years ago, and I
Harbor
still
again.
had it. And it had been like 10 years probably before that.
I think for my birthday one year, because for my birthday I don't like to do shit. Like my thing for my birthday is I like to just spend time with my friends. And Teresa asked me, she goes, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" I was like, "I just want to spend time with my friends. I don't want to like go out to anything. I don't want to fucking do things. I'm like, I'm a homebody." So she took me ice skating. I don't know if she understands what I just want to spend time with my friends means, but ice skating is not it. And I was so pissed. Like, there was part of me was like, I appreciate it. That's a nice gesture. But every time I went around the fucking rink, I was like, I will never forgive your ass for this shit. You know, her and my goddaughter just fucking moving along. I'm like, fuck y'all. I'm like holding the wall. Every so often I let go of the wall and I go like, yeah, I got a little momentum. Yeah. And then I fall. I'm like, nope. Back to the
That
wall.
sure hurts when you fall on ice.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do it. I did it twice. And I was like, nope. No, bucko. I'm out of here, son.
Yeah, there's a million things I'd rather do than ice skate.
Yeah, like I probably 2 million things I'd rather do than ice skate, son. I don't know. It's like there's some things I'm in for, just for the novelty of it to try. Like, on my birthday this year, the Detroit Red Wings are going to be playing the Washington Capitals, so we're going to go to a hockey game on my birthday. Like, 'cause I was looking at shit just to take my daughter to. She's into sports because I'm into sports, so I was like, well, let's look for some shit to go to. I was like, well, let's check out hockey because I'll watch hockey and she'll sit there and watch it with me. And I was like, when's the next Detroit game? They play on the 19th of December, and I was like, it's a little too close. I'm not ready for that just yet. And it was like, oh, February 21st, and I told Sarah, she was like, I'll get tickets next week. I was like, oh, I wasn't asking, but all right. I was gonna make Instagram pay for that shit, but never mind. All right, so if y'all want to go, Instagram paying. February 21st is Tuesday. I'm probably gonna take the whole week off from work and then probably go ice skating.
You go ice skating at the Verizon Center.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go streaking.
that's when you get tased. It's like, I was trying to ice skate. You don't have on skates, dummy, or clothes. Like, what are you doing? I'm in a jail cell. All right, what's on this list here? We got payroll, NFL.
I had an interesting
pizzas.
movie, The Call or Call.
Oh, hey, let's talk about movies.
Call.
Call.
So there is a movie, The Call, that was with Halle Berry. This is Call.
That shit is dumb. I thought that was
So
one of the
this
Stranger
was
Calls.
a Korean movie, which tend to be really, really good. So it's a
Sounds very biased.
thriller mystery. I'm gonna do my best to describe it because it was a little strange. So, it did have the dub voice, but it was done very well. So
you
you
didn't do
almost
subs?
didn't. No, I'd do that both. But I mean, so it takes place. This girl lives in this house. She gets a phone call one time from another girl, and the girl who called her is getting abused kind of by her mom. It's like, help me. But then it's kind of like a wrong number type thing.
Yeah.
But then she keeps calling and it'll be like, this isn't so-and-so and whatever. They end up start talking to each other, the two girls. And they come to find they're technically they're the same age, sort of. But then they actually come to realize the one girl who's calling is 20 years ahead in time. Which is pretty interesting. It's a pretty unique movie. So as they're talking, they realize this. They and then they start to see of the one that's 20 years behind if she does something. So they're living in the same house technically, and at the same time, but it's not the same time. But she can do stuff 20 years in the past, and then the one in the future is kind of seeing it. So one of the things is the girl in the future, her dad died in a fire. So she's like, hold up. So when we know it's going to happen, I could probably save him. So she does. When she saves him, like everything it shifts all of a sudden. So the girl in the future is aware of what's happening, sort of. But, basically her father comes back and it's like life is totally different. Like she looks a little different because now she has the father figure. Life's back. And it's really good. She loves it. She's like, she loved her father. And her and her mother had a bad relationship after the death because I think the mom got blamed for it for like leaving like a gas thing on or something.
Yeah.
Come to find, the mother actually didn't have anything to do with it. Anyways, but the girl in the past has a super abusive mom. And at some point so now things are going really well for the girl in the future because now she's got her father back, her parents are getting along, good life. But now the girl in the past is still having these abusive issues, and she would call, when she needed someone to talk to. So now the girl in the future is kind of not answering the phone because she's off doing things. So the girl in the past gets kind of angry about that. Of like, I just brought your dad back. The least you could do is be there for me when I'm, she's in a terrible situation. But what ends up happening is the girl in the past loses her shit because she's just so abused. She ends up like murdering her family. Then she thinks about it and like, cops in the past are starting to question, where her mom is. And she hit her as you do when you kill someone.
That's not what I did.
And she's like, how do I get caught? Like asking the girl in the future. But now the girl in the future she's like kind of a good girl. She's kind of like wants nothing to do with it. So then she stops answering the phone. So then to fuck with her, she's like, I could like fuck with your future because I'm here in the past. I know who your parents are. So basically the girl in the past ends up being a serial killer because she's just so abused. She gets turned into like a bad person from all her history, and it's affecting the girl in the future. So it's like, it's a pretty interesting movie. It's a good. I think it was a great one of the better movies I've seen in a long time.
I'm actually aware of the movie. That's why I was just trying to flip through, trying to find it. I was like, no, I know what movie this is.
It's on Netflix, so it's
trying to hold it up. That's where it is. It was like, where is this? I know I have this somewhere. Yeah, so it's on my list.
So, I love the movie. It ended a little strange, but overall, it was a great.
I mean,
great movie.
I was just gonna say, you didn't ask if about spoilers.
Oh yeah, you used to do the good, the bad, the ugly. That was a good little thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when we're only doing one movie a pop, if you're doing Wakanda Forever, we can't. I'm not gonna let you do the good, bad, ugly on 2 movies, son. You can only do it on 1. So.
Well, I recommend that movie.
Well, yeah, it's on my list, fucker.
Especially because
it's not on my list anymore because you just told me.
You'll like those. Like some people won't like those type of movies, but
probably because they're racist.
Yeah.
I was just.
Well, joking, no, they wouldn't. No, they won't give a foreign movie a chance.
I think sometimes people think that with foreign movies, it's like, oh well, it might be culturally different. But it's like, no, the tones are still there. All the same tones are there. Yeah, there might be differences in like how they live their lives, but the tone is still there.
And even the overdubbing is done pretty well. Like you don't really feel that much that it's there.
I don't know. I'm more of a sub person. I don't think.
So we always do both because Bea likes to have subtitles on, even in English. Like she just likes it better.
Same.
So you see exactly.
I like it except for like sports, like this shit here, because it's always super delayed. But like if I'm watching like a movie, I like to have the subtitles on. So no, I get.
So we did both. But yeah, I love the movie. I think it was very unique, creative, a little different. Good movie.
Yeah. So, also on Netflix, which is one I thought you would have seen by now, Bullet Train.
I didn't know it made it to Netflix already.
I think it just hit because I just saw it last night. Dude, it's a treat.
So that's the Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that shit is.
I mean, I love most Brad Pitt
I'll put it to you this way. There is a story. You don't really need the story. It's a fun action movie. I'll try not to give away too much because there are plot points that, you kind of need for the mystery of the movie. But ultimately, Brad Pitt is he works in crime, I guess. More so snatch and grab, as he would say. He's to go pick up a package, and he's to deliver it. That's all he's there for. That's all he knows that he's there for. Meanwhile, all this takes place on the train. There's two other characters. They're called the twins. They're the ones with the package. And obviously you would think, okay, these guys have the package. Brad Pitt's there to get the package. Chaos will ensue. Then there's other characters as well. Because the movie opens up with a guy sitting at a hospital bed. It's his son. Something happened with his son, so he ends up on the train as well. It's a super convoluted, intertwined story that doesn't necessarily need to be that way. Because I'm like, yeah, the plot's there and it's cool, it's fine, but you don't need it. The action for the movie is a lot of fun, and Brad Pitt's character, I love it because he's kind of just like a guy like, I'm just here to do a job. You motherfuckers just talk about a lot of shit. I don't care. I just want to do my job. Like, yeah, well, you got to fight us now. Yeah, but I don't want to. It's like at one point, he's talking to the one guy. He's like, you don't remember me? Why should I remember you? Like, you look just like any other white guy. It's like, you shot me. It's like, I shot a lot of people. It's like, you can see, he was like he was kind of hurt by that. I was like, you don't fucking remember me. Like, that hurts. He's just like a regular ass dude. But if I were to give this a score, like, I'm not going to do a good, bad, ugly just because it'd spoil a lot of shit. But if I were to do a score for it, I would give this an 8. Because nice. I would buy it. Like I told Sarah after we got done watching it, I was like, I would buy this movie. Because I would watch it multiple times. Like, I wanted to watch it again. Well, like, when you said, like, what time you want to record tonight? I was like, oh, I want to record tomorrow so I can fucking watch that movie again. All right, fine. Fuck it. All right. But, yeah, check that movie out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, because it's tough for me to find something I'm interested in on Netflix. So, yeah, I lucked out with the Call was way better than I was expecting, and now I wanted to see Bullet Train. I didn't know it was going to be on Netflix.
Yeah, I think it just dropped because we were watching this series called Dead to Me, and we were like, okay, well, we got 3 more episodes. Let's just put that on. As soon as I turned on Netflix, Bullet Train came up first. And I was like, fuck that. Let's watch this. I wanted to watch this anyway, and the guy who directed Deadpool 2 directed this. So you're going to see a lot of characters. A lot of actors from the second Deadpool in this movie as well. So, I mean, again, a lot of fun. Fun romp. I'm going to watch it again. I would buy this movie. So that's why it gets an 8 from me. But we could do a good, bad, ugly on Wakanda Forever since ain't no spoiling that for anyone.
All right.
You've already seen, well, you saw it. I've already seen it. Let's go ahead and talk about it and give some review on it.
Definitely. I mean, overall, I thought it was a great movie. Acting's good. I thought they paid a little, like, did well and, like, kind of giving the old Black Panther a tribute. Creative. I mean, the world's just freaking phenomenal what they do. I actually like the new characters. What would they call the underwater people?
I don't know. They said words. Namor is who it is, though.
So, yeah, they were pretty interesting. I mean, they look freaking beasts in battle and stuff.
Yeah.
Look terrifying at one point.
Well, they're as strong as the Hulk in Thor, they said. So
damn.
That shit in itself is like, okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, they had a good story because, like, they both are there to protect their people. It's just the Wakanda people were more, have more of a heart to the earth, regular people, without wanting to just destroy them.
Land dwellers.
Yeah.
Well, also, I mean, now that they're kind of out in the open, though, too, it's a different relationship to the outside world. Had this taken place during the first Black Panther where they weren't revealed to the world, I think that story would be a little bit different.
Yeah. So I love, the sister, the new. Well, I don't want to get.
Well, fuck that.
The new Black Panther. The new Black Panther.
Yeah, it's been out long
so,
enough.
I mean, that girl's a phenomenal actress.
She's
I
alright.
think I think she's good.
She's fine.
But I mean, I would say what the good, the bad, the ugly. The good, I mean, it's just the world. To me, the visuals is amazing.
Yeah.
The bad, the movie's pretty long. Like I found myself sometimes like knowing we're about to do, what's probably gonna happen. I was like, can I fast forward a little bit?
This is the second longest MCU movie.
Yeah, it was pretty long. I was like, if I had the ability to play like at 1.5 speed at certain times, I would. So like, all right, this is gonna be a long action scene. Sometimes the action scenes can be a little bit long. The ugly, I don't know if there's an ugly so much. I mean, I don't have an ugly really.
All right.
It's not my favorite Marvel movie by any means, but I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I think especially for what happened and where they had to go, they did a great job of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it implied, I mean, where it could go next, it could be pretty interesting.
Well, there's some articles that came out today actually talking about, I guess, inside rumblings at Marvel Studios as they're not happy with Phase 4. I think a big part of it is they had a lot of shows and a lot of movies, and like things couldn't cook. So, they were just kind of rushing products out one after another, where they're talking about now Phase 5, they're going to take a little bit longer in between, and they're going to reshift their schedule. So I think, so I'm bringing that up because the direction that was initially set for this movie to go in, you have obviously Namor and his people. They can't make a movie with them until, the rights will fall off next year. But it's not that they don't have a movie planned for them. I'd be interested in something, but you can wait on that. Like, you don't need that right away. Ironheart has a series coming up. I want to say it's this fall, which will more than likely connect to the Iron Wars movie. That was supposed to be a series, and now it's a movie.
So that'll be the girl with the suit.
Yeah,
'cause they never gave her the name in this movie, but
yeah, it's Riri Williams, Ironheart, and then one of the things I pointed out, because we actually just recorded, well, not just, but we recorded a couple weeks back a review episode for the movie, and one of the things that I say in it is they're talking about her professor. She didn't build this, she built it for a project, and it was given to the government, taken or whatever. I have theories on who I think the professor is, considering the relationship to Namor and the people down there, and just the direction that the story is going. I think that it's going to be Doctor Doom, and I know a lot of people are kind of like, oh well, they already fucked up Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom. No, Fox fucked that up. I mean, Marvel Studios has been fucking perfect on all their casting so far, and not all the stories have been perfect, but they're doing the best that they can. But I think Doctor Doom is the professor. They kind of glaze past that, they will mention it, but they don't stick around long enough for people to want to question, well, who's the fucking professor? Like, that seems like an important piece of knowledge to have. That's my theory. Because the Fantastic Four movie will be coming out, not next year, but 2024, fall of 2024, or maybe February of 2024. But either way, I mean, they have a good launch pad to set up a lot of good things, but that's what they do these days anyway. They set up other stuff. I think one of the goods of this movie was the way that they handled the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Like, they had a fucking huge task to handle there. Like, what do you do? Your star has died. Had he passed away after Infinity War, easy fix. Easy. He just doesn't come back. And I don't think they would have done that either. I think they would have done it respectfully. I love in the theater the moment of silence happened and people understood and respected it. It was silent, dead silent in there. No one said shit. I love that. The bad, I think it was a tad long.
yeah, it was long.
It's I feel like some of the stuff maybe kind of setting the tone. Maybe it was needed. Maybe. I don't think anything's needed necessarily for a long movie, but I felt like, okay, it maybe fits, but I want to go home. Like, I'm tired. These seats are killing my back.
Yeah, it was like I was liking the movie, but I was like, yo, I will almost wish I could watch it a little sped up because like,
Yeah.
yo, let's get to, get to the end.
You said it was the second longest.
Yeah,
Man,
I think
it's
it was
long.
like 2:45 or 2 hours and 46 minutes. And end game was 3 hours even. And then the ugly for me was the CGI for the suit.
Yeah, that was the one bad. Yeah, that's
It-
the
it-
suit because all the fighting scenes with the other people look pretty good.
Oh,
The
that
suit
was
looked pretty
fantastic.
goofy.
Yeah, the suit, and the thing is, I mean, the action figure over there. Like I remember when I saw the action, like I saw the leak from the toys. I was like, "Ugh, that's what we're going with, okay? Because from the comic book, it is basically an Iron Man suit, like a fit to form Iron Man suit for her.
Yeah, this should look like a
but-
GoBot version.
Yeah, exactly. and not only that, it's like you can see kind of like even with the green screen, some of the green screen like kind of. It was like, okay, this is really really fucking clunky. But that was also something that was part of those discussions of the displeasure.
The dude's wings on his feet. How's he flying from those little
So
wings?
I actually enjoy that because I
I thought he was a cool character.
I like the way that they handled his movement with the wings. I thought it was going to be really goofy and just like very clunky. They made,
Yeah, he did these runs in the air that look tight.
but I felt like a lot of the CGI budget went to that. And then they're like, well, her suit, fuck it. Who's going to really pay attention? Me. But yeah, overall, I liked it. Brett, you got anything to add on it? You seen it yet?
I didn't see it.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. This fucking guy shows up to the fucking episode and haven't fucking seen the movie yet. It'll be on Disney Plus in January. Give it a score.
I'm gonna give it a dang. Of all movies, I'm gonna give it a 7-8.
Okay. Sounds racist, but okay. I'm giving this a 9. Like,
See, it's not.
probably 'cause
I've
of
never
race.
given a movie a score before, so I was doing our beer score.
no, fair. I get
Or
you.
like 7's recommended, 8's highly recommended. So kind of like
Fair. I
because
get you.
it's such a good. It's better than The Call. But what movie? I would almost like rather watch The Call again more.
But I mean, but that's
But that's also because it's shorter.
but that goes into your score though too.
Oh,
Though.
yeah.
I mean that
So yeah,
factors.
that's what. But by all means, Wakanda's like 2 thumbs up. It's
Yeah.
friggin'.
I mean, the 7-8
great,
is still
great
a
movie.
fucking really good score. I think for me, this is for sure like a buy. Even though it's gonna be on Disney Plus for free, I'm still gonna fucking buy it because I don't know. I might cancel Disney Plus one day, and I might want to watch it. But it's a buy. I always recommend this movie to everyone. I don't know. I'm excited. I can't stop talking about it to my wife. She's just like, "Shut up! It'll be on Disney Plus soon." I'm like, "Okay, you don't got to talk to me that way though. Why you got to be that way?"
Theater movie though, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not a theater person,
Yeah.
but I would say yes, see this in theater. But if you don't make it to the theater, you're fine. The story is fucking great. The effects really work for the theater, but I think also if you watch it in the theater, you can really see some of the flaws in the CGI. So, but that's more so towards the end of the movie.
It's insane though, like that. How they can create that whole world.
Yeah.
I mean, now they're doing an underwater world too.
Yeah. Well, the new Avatar comes out
Oh yeah,
on
December
the 16th.
16th.
So, and that's all. So, I was looking at the trailer and I said, and that's why Black Panther came up because I was like, yo, this looks just like Black Panther 2. She was like, well, I was like, because when they come from out of the water to fight, they're all blue.
Yeah, that's what I was. Honestly, when I first saw them, I was like, "Are these avatars?"
I mean, and, so I was like, oh, and then I started trying to explain. And I was like, just never mind. I'll wait till the movie because like I can't explain Namor because he's not blue. She was like, oh, because he's half and half. I was like, well, not exactly. I was like, you just have to fucking see the movie. Aquaman is half and half. Like his dad is from the surface world. His mom is an Atlantean. So, like, whereas this, it's done differently, like way differently, and I like it. I like that they decide to do things different in their own way. And then you got a lot of fans that complain because that's not the original story. And I used to be one of those fans until you realize, like, well, look, you can't have everything be exactly how it used to be because some of that shit doesn't translate. Like when they introduced the X-Men and they introduced Magneto, are we gonna really have this dude as a Holocaust survivor? Probably not. They're probably gonna have to change the story a little bit. So
You know, it was interesting too, and they could bring them back. All the what would you call them? Their people.
I don't know.
I don't remember
I'm
what they're
calling
called.
them
The
Atlanteans because that's
underwater.
what I know.
Yeah. So they weren't bad, but in the movie they're the sort of the villains, but they're not because they're just trying to protect their own. Same way Wakanda's trying to protect their own. They just had a disagreement of
Yeah, you know.
the U.S. in particular getting
Oh,
involved.
of course, surprise. The U.S. and their guns. That's one thing that we
But
did
yeah,
talk
they wanted to
about.
wipe out everyone.
One of the talks that we always kind of discuss on Nerd Rage Radio, when it comes to Marvel movies seem to do better when it's good guy versus good guy.
It was almost like the X-Men type thing when Magneto was trying to protect the mutants. So it's like he is a bad guy to humans in a way, but he had a point for why he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
He's not being. I don't like the bad guys who are just doing bad things because they're bad.
Well, and that became kind of a shift in the mid to late '90s with the villains, where it's like give them a genuine purpose, where you kind of blur that line. It's like, well, is Magneto bad for trying to protect mutants?
Yeah, because they were getting
Like, no.
discriminated on.
And the thing is, then the question becomes: is Charles Xavier bad for trying to have them all coexist? And it's like, well, no, but it's like they both have their own problems within that, and they both have their own like kind of positivities in all of it. So I don't know. I mean, but the same thing could be said for Killmonger in the first Black Panther. It's like, yes, he was for sure a bad guy, but his message was essentially like, look, man, we got people out there that look just like you and I, and they're hurting, they're suffering, and y'all could be helping them, but y'all are up here sitting all in your cushy fucking throne rooms, not doing nothing to help nobody. And then that's where you start to question, like, yo, he's right. And then he's like, nah, I'm gonna take the throne, which he earned it. He beat the shit out of fucking T'Challa, and it's like, oh shit, like, which I love the memes when I think LeBron lost or some shit, and it's like you got LeBron's head on like Black Panther, and it's like, is this your king? Is this your king? God, this shit's so funny. But I mean, you know, when you have those blurred lines, I think the stories become a lot more interesting because it really makes the audience think. It's like, well, how would you side? Would you say, hey, maybe we should take this tech and help, or would you say, nah, fuck them kids? Because you know, there's a lot of people who lean a certain direction that would say, fuck them kids. And then there's a lot of people who lean the other direction, like, no, we got to help them all, but to your own detriment. So I mean, it's a weird line. It's like, can't we all just fucking meet in the middle, where most people are actually in the middle.
But yeah, I thought it was cool how Killmonger was seen in this movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Spoilers. Nah, I don't like.
the I wanted to bring up some of the trailers. One trailer where reminded me where you said LeBron James. They're remaking or a new version of House Party. Did you see that?
Yes, I did
Where
see
they
that.
like crashing LeBron James's house.
I'm interested.
Or
in
they're
that.
they're house sitting,
Yeah.
thinking they're gonna end up throwing a party. But it was funny. They showed a little scene of, and LeBron James obviously played in on it. Of
Yeah.
like in his closet, he had like a hologram of himself, and the hologram when they played it was like, "You did handle the decision to play in Miami
Yes.
the right way." It was like reaffirming everything.
I do want to see
That shit
that
looked funny.
because I'm interested in it. It looks funny. That's the thing. It's like, you know, when we see a lot of the quote unquote remakes or reboots, it's like sometimes you don't need to even give the old name. You can call this something else, and it'll
Yeah, because
still
it
be
doesn't seem
funny.
really anything to do with the original. The original House Party is classic, by the way.
Yeah,
But
Ooh, I
this
might watch
seems
that tonight.
different.
Well,
Based on a house party, it seems like the only thing similar. But that thing, there was other trailers I wanted to bring up. But that, I'm telling you, the movie was so long, I forgot it.
yeah, true. Yeah, I only remember the House Party trailer because you just brought it up, and
I remember something I wanted to bring up that looked good, but it's gone.
yeah, I can't think of. I know they showed the Ant-Man trailer.
Oh yeah, they did
Which-
do that.
I'll do that in theater, but I think, well, I saw the Guardian. So they just dropped the Guardians trailer the other day, and it looks super emotional. And I was initially saying I'm not going to do theater for that, but because it's so like it's filled with so much heart, I'm like, God, I got to see it in a theater because I'm not a theater person, but I like to go to a theater and like I like to shed a tear in the theater every so often. Like even like Black Panther, there was 2 parts where I teared up. Like that first moment of silence, I was like, God damn, dude, I didn't think that was gonna happen. And then the post credit when they brought out his son, and I was like I got goosebumps. I was like, oh man, like don't do this to me.
So that was his real son?
No, I don't.
Or
I don't.
okay. Oh no, that's
No,
what I'm saying.
yeah, no, yeah, the
So
character.
that's what I was wondering. Is that gonna be the future? Is he gonna be in something?
So probably. I mean, because like the MCU is kind of carrying on, and you know they're building towards the Young Avengers, shit like that. In the comics, I believe him and Storm from the X-Men have a son. You know that's a story in itself. So there's 80 years of comic book like stories to work with. A lot of it doesn't translate well to screen because, like, the original Infinity Gauntlet story, which is what Infinity War is based off of, is a extremely wordy book to read. There's it's a hard read. Like, so it's like, well, how can we translate this to a movie? Well, we'll do it this way. Okay, it works. You know, the Kree Skrull War. I mean, they kind of tried to translate that, and I think they're going to continue that with Secret Invasion this spring, the TV series. Iron Wars, again, is coming up. You know, a lot of the stuff that they can mess with. The Atlantis attacks, that's something that they could take with Namor and his characters now and move that story. It won't be called Atlantis, obviously, because
Yeah, definitely implied like something they would be back.
And it's heavily rumored that they're doing a Planet Hulk movie, like after all the shit that we've been seeing with She-Hulk, and you know what they fucked up with Thor Ragnarok with the Planet Hulk stuff. So, you know they're moving in that direction. It seems like so, and Scar, Hulk's son, you know, has already been revealed, which is wild. It's like, yo, so this dude disappeared for a little while, and all of a sudden he got a kid, and he left him. So you mean to tell me he told the family he's going to get a pack of smokes and went back to Earth? He's like, I'm out. So I don't know. It's all like I was always a fan, obviously, of all this shit. Just growing up, reading comics and knowing it. But it's also at a point now where I don't feel like there's a Marvel burnout or is oversaturated for sure. But I do feel like for me, not everything needs to be seen. Like there are a bunch of shows that came out, Moon Knight, which I loved. Ms. Marvel, it's not my cup of tea, but it's not made for me either. So it's something that I don't need to see. She-Hulk, I didn't care for. A lot of people hated it apparently. I didn't think it was bad. It's just not for me. So it's at a point where it's like you kind of pick and choose now what you want to watch. It's like, okay, well, I think the next thing is Secret Invasion. I think that needs a little bit more care and a little bit more respect considering what the story was in the comic, but whatever. I think they did Civil War 2, which is kind of a carbon copy of the movie Minority Report, where they're arresting people based on predicted crimes. And the question becomes, well, are they really going to commit the crime or can this be stopped? Like if they did that, I'd love to see that. But again, it needs to be handled with care and respect. And for some of these things, I don't know that they do that. Well, at least phase 4, they're just kind of trying to pump products out. Just go, make it happen so we can get people hooked. And it's like, I think they did the opposite. They got people kind of fed up. And like, I'm fucking tired of this shit. So, I don't know. But yeah, overall, go see Wakanda Forever. In theater if you can. Especially you, Brett, because we just spoiled the whole fucking series for you.
It's okay. I'm going to try to see it this
I feel like I want to do this all the time.
What?
That's the sea people they're doing.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
The Hadouken.
My daughter been running around the house just randomly. Wakanda Forever. I'm like, what are you fucking doing, you weirdo? All right, cool. The black half's coming out. And then my cousin's son tried to say, but he can't talk right, so he said some other fucking word. Pretty sure he like got all his letters.
Wakanda.
I don't even think he said that. It wasn't even that clear. It was just a bunch of gibberish, and I was like, but he hit the. I was like, okay, like I get what you're saying. Still, then I look at his ass like, you might want to give him some speech. Like this boy can't talk. Like my daughter's 6. I think he's 5. Like he can't talk. Yeah, you get him a speech. I'll pay. Instagram will pay. All right, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and wrap this son bitch up. Brett, thanks for making it out. Got anything to add?
Thanks for having me, guys.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right, cool. Thanks for joining us. Thanks.
Dad. One more thing he shouldn't say, but
I'm just trying to stack them up now. I mean, at least I'm not Justin Logan Barbarian dropping the F-bomb. That shit was part of my ugly when I did the review for that movie. Like, what was your ugly for that movie? Well, Justin Long saying, "What's up?" You know, F word. I don't think we're allowed to say that word. We're not.
Oh no,
We're not.
it's crazy. That was like a staple in hip hop for a while.
I mean, a staple in a lot of things. Fucking 80s fucking movies, period.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy was.
Well, fucking Bill and Ted. When, like, Ted falls down, he's in the armor, and then Bill thinks he's dead, and then they hug, and then he's like, and then they both say it, and we're like, oh my God. Hey, these movies are not for children. Meanwhile, they were back then. That's why we're all fucked up. All right. So, as always, thanks everybody for coming out and listening. We appreciate the fuck out of all of you. If y'all got any questions, concerns, criticisms, feel free to reach out to us. I can be found at bjj.wiki on Instagram. Steve's at Thor.bentley on Instagram. Collectively, we're at the Colompton Bear Club on Instagram. We're all over Instagram, baby. Get at it. I think we got an email. Steve, you get emails, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Apparently,
email.
I made our name Chester.
Okay, weird.
I get a lot of emails to Chester.
Fucking weird. All right.
I don't remember doing that, by the way.
You're probably drunk when you did
But
it.
no,
okay.
it sounds like a name I would say.
But yeah, message us. We're nice people. We like to talk. Send us some beer
Yeah, give
suggestions.
us some beer suggestions.
Yeah. I mean, well, Manuel, I think sent us one, but you said you can't find it.
Yo, so I got to make the next trip, though, so I'll reload on some looking for what I can find.
Yeah.
We can order some, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know how that works.
I think they can deliver it to the other Total Beer and Wine. We should shout them out because they're the best ones at getting
Nice.
when you want to buy a variety of beers. You can make your own 6-packs, which is key.
Nice.
And they're reasonable.
Total Beer and Wine?
Yeah.
All right, I'll put them in the notes.
In Laurel.
Put them in the notes. Shout
But
outs.
yeah, we have some other places that I have to go to in the backup. When you're charging $8 for a can of beer, that's friggin' ripoff.
Fucking get your life together, bitches. What the fuck is wrong with you? $8 for a fucking beer. What the fuck is wrong? Like, really? $8?
The one
that's-
place, yeah.
That's some fucking
And
fucked
they
up
don't put the price
fucking
on,
shit.
so it's like when they're ringing up, like, I really need a beer tonight. But
I don't do this shit.
Um,
All right. Well, yeah, send us some suggestions
Yes, next.
for beers. I would say suggest some movies, but don't. Because I'm not going to watch anything you told me to watch. Like, y'all should watch what we tell you to watch, but don't tell me to watch something. I'm just not going to.
yeah, we gave you a Bullet Train, Call, Wakanda Forever.
Oh, yeah. And actually, all three are fucking
That's
quality
a good,
films.
Week
Like-
of movies.
Yeah, Bullet Train is a fun romp. The Call is fun. I'm aware of it. I will probably watch it after I watch Bullet Train again. And then Wakanda Forever. Yeah, definitely step into that. And be sure to watch Michigan whip up on TCU on New Year's Eve. But if Michigan loses, don't fucking at me at all. I'll smack the shit out of you. I hate when people do that. Try to be all fucking cutesy. Oh, your team lost. Fuck you. So, yeah, that's all. So, otherwise, we out of here. Steve?
Good soup.
Brett, you got something to add? Probably not. Nah, shook his head.
Peace be with you.
Bye, bitches.